What's up, Patreon? What's up, asshole army? You know what I mean? We out here. I've been flying regularly. For, I would say, the last, at bare minimum, 4 years.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
And that, I've been flying for probably the last 10 years, but regularly the last 4, and a lot the last 4. I still don't have status.
Okay.
With anything. And that means like...
That's silly to me.
There's like the basic like silver status, which is like...
Yeah.
You can fly a few times a year, you get that. I had that and I had no career. I was homeless
Akaash,
with silver status.
Yeah, so Akaash has gotten upgraded to first class flight on the way back to New York from
Dallas on Thanksgiving Sunday, which is like a crazy travel.
Everybody travels. I've never been upgraded my entire life.
That's
in my
insane.
entire fucking life, I have never been upgraded. I fly.
Me and wifey got upgraded.
It enrages me. We're starting this right now because I'm starting to get really pissed off, and I accuse Alex of stealing all my points. I think Mark is stealing my points. I think Eddin is stealing my points.
You can't
Eddin doesn't even fly with you.
I've been upgraded on a flight.
How?
Because I have a United credit card.
Oh, so your credit card goes to it.
Yo, I had that shit. It sucks. I'm with United still.
Should I do Delta?
The only one I was able to get.
Delta's the way to go.
Okay, so Delta is the way to go.
Delta's the way to go.
Support black business. I'll definitely go Delta.
The Deltas.
I said this to you weeks ago too. I was like, yo,
I'm demoralized.
Mark called me. I had a 30-minute phone call with Mark where he told me his shitty method for buying sneakers.
Yeah.
And I listened to his... And I explained to him fucking everything you got to do.
Yeah.
And then I talked to you the next day. I was like, yo, don't overthink it. Just go Delta.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm with United.
That's what he does. He's been overthinking for the last 6 months. He's been Googling every fucking airline and finding which has the most crackers and all this kind of shit. And like, just give me the fucking, what is it called? Status. I want status. How do I get status?
Which airline do you have the most miles with?
Who gives a fuck, yo?
Yo, can I tell you?
You don't know.
Can I tell
You
you?
should know these things.
So, all right. Can I tell you one thing? And this is why I'm really going to do it. I'm doing it for the look on the eyes of the flight attendants when they see me go to first class and then walk through it into coach. And they're like, oh, you out here? You out here regular? Oh, is it? And then they look at me, they're like, oh, you missed your flight or something? Like, what happened? Yeah, everything good, Schulz? You good? Everything cool? Bro?
You been recognizing Coach?
Son, all the time, bro. All the
I'm not
time,
nearly as famous
bro.
as you are, and I get recognized.
Son, let me tell you something.
It doesn't feel good at all.
I got recognized on Frontier Airlines.
That's rough.
Yo.
Son, that's...
I was up at the front, though. You know what I mean?
Wait, Frontier's like Southwest, right? Where it's basically like a bus.
Frontier is Spirit.
It's
worse. It's
first
Spirit.
comes, first serve, whatever.
Spirit is a fucking flying Pinto.
I would never fly Spirit in my life.
Yeah,
Never.
that shit is the worst.
I'm
Frontier.
terrified of Spirit.
Frontier just as bad.
Have we gone
I made
Spirit?
that mistake once.
Have we gone Spirit?
Yeah, we made that mistake.
Alex asked if Spirit flew to Asia.
No, I asked Southwest.
He
I asked if
goes,
Southwest.
nah, this fucking asshole. We were going to Australia, and Mark was booking the tickets, and he goes, yo, do they got Southwest?
Southwest is the lowest I went. Even then, I was like, yo, I'm never doing that
That's
shit
whack.
again, bro.
Yeah, it's whack.
Holy fuck. They said Spirit got like the fucking things you hang on to on the train. You just ride that shit.
They looked into that, having people stand on a plane.
I heard. I'm like, yo, I think Spirit already does that. Like,
Yeah.
they just don't even land. It just drop you.
Got that?
They're looking at it, but if you, I mean, how long
Ain't
is
no
the
way
flight?
anybody doing that
If
for
it's a
hours.
quick flight, I ain't gonna hold you. If it's like if I'm flying to like Chicago, or like Boston,
2 hours?
less than that.
Y'all crazy.
Son,
Nah.
what if it was for $20?
You do it.
I seen Schulz sit for one stop on the subway.
Because think about
I'm
it.
not saying me.
By the
I'm
time
not going to do it.
By the
I'm a
time
lazy
you in the
I got
air, the
status.
shit's mad stable. It's just going up and down. So
I
like
got
when I'm up,
status,
I'll just
bro.
hold on to the shit.
Nah, I'll be like one of them white people and sit on the floor before I'll do that shit.
Yeah, like
we
once
love
you're in
a
the
good
air, you can just
floor
sit on the floor. And then like, oh, we about to take off. Like, all right, hold on to the little rail. Like it's a
Y'all
bus. And then
Y'all wild and y'all
you're
lying.
down.
Yo,
You probably got to pull a yellow
Sure.
string for your stuff.
You ever walked outside on the street barefoot?
Yeah.
Because it was only white people I see do that. Like in the streets
Yeah, but
of
those
Manhattan.
white people aren't from New York.
No.
You're talking about white people that that are from places where you can do that.
Rural areas.
Yeah,
I did that as a kid in the fucking suburbs.
in the cul-de-sac.
neighborhood,
You
playing
can
out.
walk on a
Different.
cul-de-sac
I'm
or something like
talking
that.
Manhattan.
I walk on the streets in my neighborhood. I live in a very white neighborhood.
But you live in New Jersey. It's
Yeah.
different. You're allowed to
Very-
do that there.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
you got to cover those feet, son.
Like, that's doing damage to the pavement.
For everybody else.
Yo, Shitty Feet is like my brand now.
They got,
So I'm just...
they got street sweeping whenever Kaz walks on the road.
Like, what is happening? Look like that part of Jurassic Park where the imprint is
Don't
just
even-
in the
In the dirt.
in the dirt.
They don't even plow my streets no more. They just wait for me to walk outside. Swipe that shit away.
All right, so how do I get this status?
Yo,
How far do I find? How far am I from status?
Can you
and what
pull up
the
his
fuck
Delta
are my
account? You got
business
his
managers doing?
they're not booking your flights,
How the fuck
yo.
you not at
No,
least
my
have silver?
business managers don't book flights. I don't think.
Get an assistant whose only job is travel. You rich enough.
Mark,
And then
Mark's job is travel.
Mark making merch. Look how ill that merch is. That's Mark. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I don't care.
Dog, just
no.
literally just call the airline. Just tell them your government name. They will look up all your flights. They will add those miles to you, and you'll get status.
You know what you should do?
You flew entirely too much, not at least have fucking silver.
Before I started flying with him, he didn't even have fucking a freaking flight number for half the
Yeah,
airline.
like
I know. I made y'all do that.
Who
too.
don't got a freaky flying number? I'll show you freaky flying number.
So I had to create one for him for a lot of them, and then since I've started flying with
I'll
him,
be
I started
freaky
attaching
flying
it
all
to
the
that
time. Yo,
Pull up
listen,
his- pull up
listen
his
here.
Delta joint.
Listen
I can't,
here,
'cause
okay?
I'd have to log out
Are you there?
What's up?
oh boy.
Listen here, Mark, okay? We're trying to get to the bottom why Akaash, who flies 3 times a fucking decade, has status.
Platinum
and
status.
platinum fucking status, and why we don't have any status yet on these flights, Mark.
Okay. I think.
And stop blaming the Jews.
Does Akaash fly Air India?
You know what? Never again. I made that mistake before.
I believe that
It's a lot smaller if it's a magic carpet. Okay. So
we did the carpet joke earlier.
Yeah, it was
okay,
off- it was off mic.
Mark, I need you to stop deflecting and figure out why the fuck we don't have status yet for these flights. We fly nonstop. Why don't we have status yet? What are you looking up? What are you trying to figure out? What are you trying to decipher? What's going on here?
I'm on the deep web and I'm using all the points we got.
You're not using any fucking points, okay? Or are you? Are you mining Bitcoin?
We have a small Bitcoin rig, but I'm getting all the points from the whole this
Mark,
whole trip.
Mark,
This whole
Mark.
thing we got, we're getting all status points.
Mark,
for it.
Mark, this is crashing and burning right now. This is crashing and burning. Okay. This is I feel
Mark
like
is
one of the
John
Twin Towers. All right. So listen here, Captain Sully. I'm going to need you to land this. I'm going to need you to try to land this smooth. And that is, how do we get the fuck? We're going to go with Delta. We're just going to do Delta.
Skymout gang.
Okay. We're going Delta. You tell us what we need to do. You realize you get upgraded too.
He don't have freaking flying number.
You don't have freaking flyer number? Child, you didn't get that freaking flyer number.
He never attaches his shit to the fucking flights.
You never takes your shit to the freaking flyer number? Mark.
We all be using our freaky flyer numbers. I'm putting the numbers in for every Delta flight we do.
No,
and
but
then
now
gonna
we're
get the
only
points
going to do Delta flights.
back. Yeah, I know.
Unless it's $1 more expensive than don't do the Delta.
That's the reason why he doesn't do it. That's exactly the reason why.
No,
he
but
doesn't.
in my head, I'm like, we should have already got the points.
No, because we only started doing it like
Stop it.
3 weeks ago.
Stop it. We've been doing this. I've been doing this a long time, Mark.
And it starts over every year. So
It starts over?
So 2020, you're starting back at zero freaking
Usually at
flyers.
the end of the year, you gotta like burn out your miles.
So that's why
before
we
they-
don't hit it.
No, that's for the status miles. For like, if you want to get status, that you got to re-earn every year for the next year. See what I'm saying?
So
Oh fuck.
don't buy no fucking tickets for the new year this year.
But they
No,
still
no,
give-
it's
they
whenever
still
you
keep
travel.
yeah.
Like for the dates you travel. And you can buy in December and fly in January, and that
all
counts
right,
for next
that's
year.
fine. Mark, we're going to go Delta. That's it. We've decided.
I know. This whole trip, watch what we're flying. I bought them all 3 weeks ago. We're only going Delta.
All right. I love it. Very good. Hopefully we get some status. Okay? Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day.
Sound like Jerry Jones talking about Jason Garrett yesterday. He's like, I'm sure he'll be a coach next year in the NFL. God damn, that's cold.
Son.
He wish he could fight that motherfucker right now.
All right, you motherfucks. All right, so hopefully we get it. Listen, we got some good discussions that we're about to have today. We have several. I forgot all of them, but we thought of 3. What was the one?
We have what's fuck you money. We talk about the Irishman, and we have the Peloton commercial.
I'm gonna run that Peloton commercial first.
Okay, so there's this Peloton commercial. Peloton is this like bike that you have in your house for you lazy fucks that just can't take the fucking exercise vehicle and move it out of your apartment.
It's an exercise bike for people with too much money.
Well said.
That's all the fuck it is, bro.
Apparently there's some commercial that's pissing off a lot of people. I tried to watch the commercial. I got to the thumbnail of the YouTube video, turned it off. Didn't even turn it on. I was too annoyed by it. I'm not sure why. But we're going to watch this commercial. Let's go. Let's see it.
Pump it up.
All right. Nice teeth.
Oh, she's fine.
She Indian?
Nah,
I was about to say, she kind of look like...
Maybe. She cute, though.
She got a set of knockers on her.
A year ago, I didn't realize how much this would change me. Thank you.
This holiday, give the gift of Peloton.
I don't get it.
What do people hate about this?
I don't know.
What's the issue?
Y'all were all shitting on it before we started. Andrew couldn't get through 2 seconds of it.
No, what's the
I
issue?
didn't click
On the
go.
low, she has some sneaky big tits. Though.
Bro.
Oh, no.
That's Eddin's issue. That's valid. She looks the exact same after 1 year.
Only the fat guy would notice that shit. I don't think.
So what, did they want like an actual fat girl to be on the commercial and then have him skinny
You know what
later?
is annoying?
What?
At the end, she shows the full video of her documenting her journey and forces her husband to watch that shit. As his Christmas gift. I'm sure. And it's one Christmas later. That's probably his gift. This motherfucker got to look at her stupid fucking face again.
Wait, is that what they're watching?
Yeah, they watching her looking in. That's
like,
my
oh,
issue.
man.
That's my only issue with the commercial. Is this selfish bitch makes this motherfucker look at her twice on Christmas? Bitch, I married you, bitch. You right here. I want to escape with TV.
Bro, this is hilarious.
I don't understand why people are upset about this.
Son,
What
if my
is
girl's
Peloton?
Christmas, it's an exercise bike that's like.
But it stays inside?
Yeah, like
Is
so
it
they
like a
have like
Saudi
a fucking
thing?
so they
Is that how
So
they
it has
keep
like a
Is that how you
screen.
keep your women inside exercising?
it has a screen where you have like live classes and shit. My old building had one of them bikes, and like you could like sign up for it, and it's
Yeah.
like a long fucking. It's like a VR fucking class where they have like a trainer and they talk to you and they talk to other people.
It's not actually VR though. You're not wearing a helmet.
Yeah, you're not wearing a helmet. but,
People
like,
need a
the-
class to teach them how to
It's like
bike?
spin class.
Yeah,
It's like
you ever
Soul
heard of
Cycle,
Soul
but you
Cycle?
It's
just take
Soul
it home.
Cycle, but
I went to one of those Soul Cycles.
Yeah,
you
I
just
did
bike.
too. Yeah,
Nah.
but they do like there's
they
different
try to make you
classes
into it. It's like
where-
listening to music,
Yeah,
but an
you
extension.
change
of that.
gears.
I don't know
and
how
you
to-
go
I
up,
didn't do-
down.
I didn't do
more
very well on
pressure.
It's dark. My legs slipped out of the fucking holster. It was too
Son, my
dark
leg
for
be
me to
slipping
find
out of that
it.
motherfucker.
How does it slip out? Your foot's attached to the thing.
Nah, because
Alex.
when you be pushing that shit, you don't know. You don't know where
I
your
got
legs
wide
be
feet
going.
too. I have that
different,
same
bro.
problem.
Yo, Alex's
different.
legs so skinny they fit anywhere. He's
Yeah.
good.
They do.
Yeah, I should get locked in.
It's a lack of calf meat. I can see
Son, I
why.
rock the shit out of his skinny jean though.
Bro, you
I'm
can rock
jealous.
the
I'm
shit.
jealous.
Hey,
I ain't
Alex
gonna
been
lie.
looking fine, real
Bro,
tall.
Yeah, you been
I see
losing
this
that
man's
weight.
titties out with Wheezy in the exercise video
Yeah.
picture. I was like, titties out.
Yeah,
I
I had
see
the titties
that.
out. I had the titties out.
Thirst trapping.
Oh,
Yeah,
get
a
the
little bit.
thirst trap, boy. Single Alex.
mean,
Love to
I
see it.
fuck with that
Yeah,
shit.
there's some joints in these commercials. Jeez. But yeah, no, it's just an exercise bike for rich folks. That's all it is.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
Bitch, your
It's
gift to your
basically like
husband
going
was
to
you
a spin
though.
class without having to leave your house. So it's
Yeah.
like the people who are in the class,
Yeah.
the instructor, it's actually a live instructor.
Yeah.
So he'll say your name and shit like that, so it feels like you're in the class, but you don't have to.
Why don't you want to leave the class?
Because you could just go home.
Don't have Eddin do something. It will be too
No, no, no. I was saying
Nominates all
he was
crazy.
actually Googling well for once, and I wanted to give him some
I was
credit.
like, good Googling. So let me understand this. So it's exercising in your apartment,
Yes.
right?
But you're in a group class.
And why do they do that? Because they're looking after their kids or something? Why do they do the exercise in the apartment?
You never seen people just buy a treadmill for their apartment?
Because
Because
I've never seen anyone use it.
I mean, they probably don't use the Peloton.
Yeah. It's like one of those things like, oh, I got that.
It's a Nordic track or whatever the fuck. You
That's the one that everybody
Nordic
had. That
track, you
skiing
threw it
shit.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the soccer mom flex right there. They don't got J's.
That is true.
They got a Peloton. Okay. So while we were talking about Peloton, we got to. All right, get out of here. While we were talking about Peloton, I think, did we get to Christmas gifts from
Yeah.
this?
Yeah.
Okay,
What's
we're
the worst?
thinking about Christmas gifts and what you should get your significant other for a Christmas gift. Now, I got this vacation for me and my girl, right? We're going to Egypt.
Does she know this yet?
What?
Does she know this yet?
She planned it.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't plan, I pay.
Clearly, she's the one
You can
planning
put that
flights.
on my
That's the
motherfucking
best.
tombstone. I do not plan, I pay.
That's the best.
Clearly, you're not the
I don't
one
want to
planning
know.
any flight
I don't
shit.
want to Google a single restaurant. I don't want to Google a single fair or whatever the Muslims call that shit. What is it called? Fair?
Bazaar?
The supermarket?
Yeah. Is it like
No, that's Zabar's.
No, there's a
No,
supermarket.
this is
Called Bazaar too?
In the hood.
I thought Bazaar is like, that's bizarre.
Nah,
There's
a
two.
bazaar with two A's. It's like a fucking
It's a market.
sort
It's
of
a
type
hood
of thing.
supermarket.
Whatever.
Yeah.
A fair, right?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
We're the most
Wow.
Where they fucking try to get you, here's a pot, here's a pot.
What is that?
Yeah, that's
$10
the
pot.
bazaar, yo.
No, I think you're talking about a flea market.
Are you
You have
talking
to
about
say they
swap
got
meet?
fleas, bro. I know they're in the third world, but that's disrespectful. Just put that shit on them. You don't
Are
know
you talking
what
about a
type
swap meet?
of insects they got.
All that
Swap
time,
meet.
just
Swap
trying to get us to
There's
say flea
another
market.
word. There's another word for
No, I
it.
think
Oh,
it's the bazaar. B-A-
oh gosh, I know what you're
God.
talking about.
No, it's
Farmer's
like
market?
fucking soup or something like that. A souk. It might be shook. Look up shook.
You got it?
How does it spelled?
Akaash, you gotta be ashamed of yourself.
Souk.
son.
Damn. That's the first
straight up-
time. See,
Yo,
it's not
straight
bizarre.
up, son.
A souk
I
is
know you're not Muslim,
He was half
but
right.
that's still, you gotta know
He was
that
half
more
right.
than
A
Drew
souk,
knows that shit.
in general, a souk is
should
synonymous
be
with a
ashamed.
bazaar
No,
or
no,
marketplace.
Middle Eastern
Nah, you
shit,
gotta be
yo.
ashamed of yourself.
Son, what do they call where y'all are double,
Yeah, that's
Dunkin', donut, double.
Donut,
Took
double.
Dunkin' Donuts. That's what I was going to
Dunkin'
call it.
Donut, double. Wow.
We call that shit
Jeez.
Exxon, yo. I don't know what you're talking
God
about.
damn, we are just asking for the suicide mission.
What a waste that would be. If they curated some child bomber.
somebody's gonna
since
run in
he's
here and go,
9 years old. 9 years old, you've been curating this guy, tell him he's doing it for the right causes, and then you send him off on us, dude. Are you kidding me, dude? All these tall ass buildings, and you
Oh,
won't
God.
blow us up?
That's like a failed mission. You go to Wall Street, you're in New York City, you got all the way here, you got your bomb all set up.
Shit.
You're ready to rock out. You only knock out 5 people.
Wall Street right here.
Wall Street right here. World Trade Center right over there. I'm like, you gonna come here and waste on 5 motherfuckers?
Anyway,
You're
so
fired.
the shook. You are fired, bro. That's how you get fired from ISIS, dog.
Only 4 got booked up?
They gotta put you in the B leagues like Hamas or some shit.
You think they have G League terrorism?
They got G League terrorism,
Oh,
son.
no, you got to send them out to the farm system for a little
Send you to
bit.
Nigeria. You're like, yo, go hang out in Africa for a
Go
minute.
bang out a few Sudanese motherfuckers.
Doing suicide missions with that shit to go shooting darts at motherfuckers' necks like a 90s Def Comedy Jam joke.
Oh,
Yo, how many times did we see this act out in 90s Def
Oh
Comedy?
my gosh. G League terrorism.
Yo, them
That's
G League
fantastic.
terrorists, bro.
Yeah, they got to get their weight up, yo.
I know.
You remember G-Thing?
Just like, we ain't got a lot. We ain't got a lot of time for you to, get into the main roster real quick, So we're
Gotta
gonna
send
send
you
to
down.
the G. Gotta send you down. Just get your reps up. Make sure you're still sharp. So when we need you, when our injuries, we get low on Most of the space you might get in for 5 minutes,
Son,
2 minutes.
If there's one league that constantly needs new players, it's ISIS. Be like
I-League.
part of the I League, like part of their fucking business model is the players disappear.
Yeah, I mean, there's
They just explode. They blow up. Like these motherfuckers is blowing up, bro.
Yo, you want to talk about the NCAA? That's the fucking. That's the program that gets you out of there.
it's like the NCAA and ISIS. Like who treats their players least?
Yo, that's a good ass point.
Listen,
Just
some
one and
people.
done. One and done.
Yo, at least one and done.
They brought this see you out of high school. Like, oh yeah, now he's a one and done. He ain't
with a bunch of
he ain't gonna be here that long.
They both give you a bunch of promises of what you're going to get after you get out of here. Oh, just wait till you get out of here. We'll have 72 virgins just waiting for you.
You're here for exposure. When the powers that be see what you're doing, you will have a great life.
Oh god, they have like the Zion Williamson of ISIS. They're like, listen, if he didn't come to Duke, he would have. Like, we
Let me
don't
tell
know.
you, this kid is blowing up everything.
Facts. We don't know the motherfuckers that blew up the building, but we know ISIS. Yo, brand is strong, yo.
Good recruiting battle between Al-Qaeda and ISIS. Yeah, I had a lot of choices to make. I decided to go ISIS at the end.
What's that?
I thought about Hamas for a second, but I just feel like
thought
that
about
program
it.
isn't what it has been. You know what I mean? ISIS is really coming
Who's
up
the
right
Steph Curry? Who's like the slept-on terrorist?
What's the Davidson College of terrorists?
Yo, what's the Davidson College? It's like one of them white militias in Michigan.
Was it Fanta? Anta?
Yo, the Steph Curry?
Antifa?
We're
Antifa.
protecting our borders. Steph Curry, the Davidson is a fucking real talk.
But every couple of years, they'll have that Cinderella run. You know what I mean? Like,
Mexicans coming off the border. This one guy picking them off
yo,
left and right.
they're like, oh
This
man,
kid can't miss.
they're a 16th seed, but they made it all the way to the Elite Eight.
Only thing written on his card is "Who needs a wall?" When we got Paul.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
I knew we get to
shout out to
something.
all the
Guys.
Defense!
Defense. Allah. Defense. Bro.
Israel is on fire! Born,
Bro, dog, the G League terrorism for real. It gotta be Hamas, baby. It gotta be Hamas because they don't even have bombs. They got rocks. Bro.
Yeah, it's like, bro.
They out there getting Tommy John surgeries just to get a few more miles per hour on their heaves. They just,
Yo, it's because they won't pay the players.
Oh gosh.
Over here like fucking Beeline in Michigan, bro.
Oh fuck. Osama comes down with his notepad like, double. See some promise.
oh my God, guys. Holy shit.
Oh god.
You think kids are just throwing rocks at tanks? There's like a guy that's like the recruiter there. They're like, he's here. You gotta get your best stuff.
Like, no, he's here to see me, not you. Then I start going at each other. Above the rim or something.
Oh my God.
How'd we even get to that?
I think we were
Once you
talking
get your
about.
girl.
Yeah,
Once you get your girl. That's why you gotta let us go, bro. Nobody could do it like this. We just go on a 10-minute rant about the G League terror squads. They're called terror squads.
Lean back, he said.
See, my niggas don't dance. We just bomb our pants. Throw the rocks away.
See, my don't dance. We got bombs in our pants. Throw the rocks away. Now blow back. Blow back. Blow back. Now blow back. Now my Muhammad's don't dance. We got bombs in our pants. Dude, what is it? What is the next one?
Throw the rocks away.
Now my Muhammad's don't dance. We got bombs
in our pants.
We got bombs in our pants.
I'm doing
While Mohammeds don't dance, we got bombs in our pants. Now throw them rocks away. Now heave back. Wow, dude.
All right.
Man.
So yeah, Christmas.
No, it's not lean back. If we could find a way to do the pray.
Akaash, is it?
Now face east. Face east.
Oh man, dog, we killed that.
Okay.
Okay, so but we were talking about getting your girl some shit. So I got us this vacation, right?
To Egypt.
Best gift you can get your significant other.
Is vacation.
You're going to Egypt?
Egypt, Morocco.
You flying Delta?
Not sure.
You see?
Do they go there?
You see? He be fucking up.
Yo,
Does Delta go to Egypt?
Delta goes fucking everywhere.
Everywhere.
But Egypt?
Yeah.
Probably Emirates.
Emirates, dog. What the
Emirates.
fuck, man?
Sorry, bro.
That's a place. You know what I mean? Like,
Whatever.
Wait a minute, are you
motherfucker.
sure?
The airline?
I thought that Egypt has its own airline.
they do. Like, India's got Air India, but you
Right.
ain't flying that shit. I'm going United.
Oh.
American Airlines ain't the only airline in America.
Air India be so packed they have people on top of the
Yo,
plane.
that was good.
That's funny. That's fucking funny, bro. Ugh, imagine how that fucking airplane smells, dude. There's one terminal, and it's in Newark that flies Air India.
Okay,
Have you been to that?
No, when I flew out of Dallas. When I flew Air India.
Air India, Newark to Mumbai.
Yep. That's
There
it,
it
baby.
is. Boom.
I knew it.
2 hours and 30. There's no way. Did I say 2
Not
hours?
2
Press
hours.
all?
I gotta be like 20 hours.
2 hours and 30. Oh, updated 2 hours and
No, it's
30 minutes. I was about
14
to
hours
fucking
nonstop, I
Jesus
think.
Christ.
I think 14 hours nonstop on the way there, and then way back is slower.
Questione. Questione.
What's up?
Questione. Okay, so here's my issue about getting the present ahead of time.
This is what I'm running into right now, too.
You got your girl a present ahead of time?
Son, she wanted to buy something. I was like, I got you. Christmas, let's go.
Now,
Probably do it
Christmas
again.
comes around.
Yeah.
You can't leave this bitch with a fucking empty box.
You can't
on it.
show her the receipt. You know what I mean?
Um,
I can't take a picture of Egypt
You gotta have something.
and put that shit in a box. Like, here we go. Happy Christmas. So
Yes, you could.
You could?
The plane tickets in the card. Bang.
No, but
Yeah.
if you already went before Christmas.
Oh, you're going before Christmas?
Oh, you fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Major,
Oh, yeah.
big time, B.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta schedule it.
I
either
got to get
on
her
it or
something. We
after.
we acknowledge that I must give her something for Christmas. It should be smaller,
Gotta be
but
something
now
to
she
open up.
doubled
Yeah.
down
Wait, double down how?
because I got her the Christmas present of us going to Egypt.
And
Okay.
she doubled up. She got 2 gifts.
That's what I'm saying. My bad, doubled up. Yeah. Now,
Okay.
granted, I think she might have snuck and like bought maybe a couple of flights or something like that. But I'm gonna spend significantly more money. It's not as I should. I make more money.
As you should.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't
Of
have
course,
no
of
gripes
That's
about
not the
that.
issue.
Yeah, it's the question I have for y'all is how big a gift do I get for Christmas?
What you trying to get real
Whatever.
talk, realistically? I mean, you can't get her $25 gifts or whatever. I'm thinking like 100.
$100?
Yeah, 150, 200.
What if I just tell her we go to the Schulz and I'm just like fucking
Go crazy.
go crazy.
Yo,
Go
Anybody who
put
just yells at
$250
you,
in her hand and be like, go
hey,
nuts.
go have fun, and then just watch everybody at the show. Just go fucking crazy. They just see those $250.
Yeah.
Start
Yo.
running at her with Fanta Orange. I think they like Fanta Orange.
So, what I've done in the
I had
past...
the biggest crush on the Fanta girls back in the day.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was like the Pussycat Dolls before the
Facts.
Pussycat
I was
Dolls.
like, yo, it was like the Fanta girls and the Pussycat dolls. Like,
Yeah.
just
Fangirls were bad.
bad
real talk.
bitches. No, the Pussycat dolls were ridiculously bad.
Nicole was bad. I didn't remember the other one. being
Melody Thornton.
Yeah, but
no.
they be
bad
they be
joint.
swapping them out, and you don't even realize.
Don't even realize.
They just keep
As long as-
Nicole in the
Yeah,
front.
As long
They
as
just
Nicole
swap the bitches out.
Skirshins,
Yeah.
Skirshins.
Okay, so back to what we're saying though.
So what I've done in the past,
Yeah.
on Valentine's, I got an ex.
An abortion.
Aw.
So it was
On
a
the
trip to
third
Puerto
day
Rico.
of Christmas.
3 scoops in my pussy.
Scrape, scrape.
Let's do the Alex Christmas song. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me. On the first day of Christmas, AlexxMedia gave to me 1 trip to the gyno. Wait.
That's about it.
Oh, and then it
You
keeps
start with
going?
one
Yeah.
and it goes up. Yeah.
On
It goes,
the first
you
day
start
of
first
Christmas.
with my true love gave. Well, AlexxMedia gave to
Scoop,
me.
scoop. That's your scoop, scoop.
A
'Cause we
scoop,
always go back to
scoop
that.
in a pear tree. Is it a pear tree?
What'd you say? Out of me, inside of me? What were your words before?
I'm glad that
On
you're
the
butchering
first
this
day of
shit.
Christmas, my true love gave to me.
Yeah. Then you go,
Partridge in a pear tree, and then you go to
you do it?
on the first day of Christmas, a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah.
Then on the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me
Two turtle doves and a partridge.
And then
So
you,
you keep
then you
going
go,
up
you go
until you
up
get to
and then
12.
back down.
Yes.
Okay, on the first day of Christmas, my true Alex gave to me.
That's mad homo, but I
Is
like
it?
it. Keep going.
No, my Alex.
I'm about to say you like it.
On the first
Fast
day of
forward.
Christmas, my AlexxMedia gave to me.
One trip to Sweden.
And then you still say, in a partridge in a pear tree, or no.
It's whatever you make the first one, son.
You keep adding more as it goes on, so it's
I
like
hate that I
it's
gotta
like
explain
two
Christmas to this
something.
motherfucker.
It's like
I don't got status. I don't understand Christmas songs. I gotta be in a shoot. Come on, bro, help me. Sing that shit, Akaash. Let's go.
There you go. There it is.
There you
Okay,
go.
on the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree. On the second day of Christmas, my AlexxMedia gave to me two turtle doves and a partridge in a pear tree.
Yeah.
And then we're going to substitute
adding
those things
three,
with
something,
AlexxMedia
something,
stuff.
something.
Yeah.
Okay, on the first day of Christmas, my true love. Should we do the things that he's not going to get for Christmas? On the first day of Christmas,
do
my
we
true love gave to me. What?
It skips to the fourth day of Christmas instead.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
no third?
It's third right here.
Yeah.
No, but it says on the 4th right above it for no reason.
On the fourth day of Christ.
Oh,
Eddin
Somebody
pulled up the
butchered it.
Spanish
God
version.
damn it.
damn, Eddin. Listen, we had a good one with the terrorists, and this one kind of flopped.
Kinda
but
flopped. It happens.
We
Sorry.
did the best that we possibly
We tried.
Okay,
We
we
tried.
tried to incorporate the singing. I didn't know the song.
At least we got out of there early, just like Alex.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
What you do is just get her a gift that she'll use on the trip.
Or that she
So,
can show off to
I
her
got-
friends.
Can I get her another mouth?
I don't know if you want.
Merry Christmas, babe. Here's an esophagus.
Let me tell you how I know you a rookie in a relationship. Because that second mouth just get used for talking. Eventually.
I'm like, yeah, he's new
The last thing
here.
I get money to another mouth, yo.
What?
Hey, man.
Funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
you better
goodness.
return that shit for 2 years.
Jesus.
She can listen to herself. Wait, what are you saying now? Go.
So you just get her a present for something she could use on a trip.
That's
so when
smart.
I got a vacation of Puerto Rico, I just bought a bathing suit.
So I should get her like a burqa or something.
I get a Cleopatra costume.
Son, what if I got her a full melkhle?
Whatever that is, yep. I don't know what the fuck.
Son, I don't know. We
That's
let
how
our
you
women
say it.
dress up.
That's how you say. What?
We let our women wear what they want.
You never seen any woman wearing what they want.
Son.
You got different
Wow.
color saris,
Yeah.
but it's the same shit. You just show shoulder.
I don't.
They're covered. The Indian women are covered.
Nah, sorry, you show a little bit. And Lenga, you show a little bit.
The lenger?
Yeah. Lenga.
Lenga. Lenga?
Yeah.
Sounds
Anyway,
like
You know how they express themselves with them temporary tattoo shit? Every
Henna?
time I'm like,
Mendy, yeah.
fuck this motherfucker, I don't want to marry him, but
Whoa.
it's in so much detail you can't see it.
Is there a message there?
Yeah.
Yeah, every one of them. Fuck this motherfucker. I ain't gonna marry him.
You think it is? Okay, so maybe I get her something. Maybe I get her like a little pashmina.
Couple hundred or something, yeah.
owned.
Right.
These are cool. Get a little pashmina.
Yeah.
Whatever she could show off to her friends outside of the trip.
In the what's it called? In Egypt. That's a great
Yeah.
thing. Like, so here's a
'Cause
cool little
your girlfriend's like granted
headscarf or some shit. No bullshit. Because
Right.
I told her this. I was like, yo, we're going there. And she's super respectful. She understands other cultures. But I was like, we're going there and we need to be like safe and shit like that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So it's like, I'm gonna treat you like they treat their women. Out of respect for them. So just keep in mind, like if I suggest something and then
Shut
you
up.
give any pushback, you gonna get a couple melkhalem.
Yeah.
Okay.
Son, my family friend went to Dubai, and she's like doing very well at whatever business she's in, and she took her husband. It was like a work trip, and these motherfuckers could not understand that she was the one with the job that brought her to Dubai. They would like go to restaurants, and they would ask the husband what she wants to eat.
I love that.
It was so fucking
I love
fun.
that. Son,
She would-
I kind of get annoyed when they let her try to wine, not me. You know, when
Oh,
you order,
yeah,
you don't
yeah.
drink,
Yeah.
but like when you order a bottle of wine or
give
something
you
like
a
that,
little
they give you a little taste, and sometimes they put it right in front of my girl, and I'll look at the waiter and I take that shit out of her hands and I put it in front of me because if I'm paying for this shit, I'm gonna be deciding. I take a little sip and then I let my girl taste it and be like, should we get that one? Because I know nothing about wine. But don't disrespect me. Let me put that on her.
And I get that.
You know
I
what
get
I mean?
that. Yeah. He gonna put the fucking bill in front of you.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
you gonna put the wine in front of her, but the bill in front of me.
I'm saying.
You trying to fuck my girl?
I think you missed the whole step in between.
You trying to fuck my girl, bro?
I think there's like, all right, from the wine to the bill.
Nah,
You missed like an entire step from like
that waiter
to
was trying to fuck my girl.
I think like
He might have been though.
Son,
yeah.
good luck. She just had risotto. That shit gonna stinky. It's gonna be sticky too.
I love a good sticky.
Okay, so in all seriousness,
Yes. Christmas presents.
Christmas present that she can use there. You feel that way?
That's great. That's a
Now,
great call.
You were fucked because you already gave her the Christmas
So
present.
now I gotta buy her another Christmas present.
For how much? What is limit? And what do you expect from her?
Silence.
Oh God.
Hey, I'll give you gold if you give me golden ass silence. How about that? Yo, if my girl shut up for a week,
1 week.
one
Oh
week,
my
pure
God.
silence, yo.
So explain this to me. So she just keeps talking all the time, or what?
He's a rookie. He doesn't know yet. He doesn't.
What?
They all keep talking,
They all.
dog.
It never ends.
They all keep
Never
talking.
ends. Yeah,
I'll be on the road.
The only one just want to talk to you too.
I'll be on the road.
Which is true, but you gonna
I
be
just
home.
gotta deal with Mark talking.
Yo, I bet the longer his hair gets, the more he talks. I bet when you had this motherfucker at first, he barely spoke. Now his hair down his shoulders, and he's like, "Are you listening to me?"
Oh fuck.
I just sometimes you don't feel like you care about my set.
So you heard him a little sassy on the phone just He's a little sassy.
Dude, that's funny, dude. Oh my.
Yo, you know Mark look like Sunshine. Have we said that to him already?
Sunshine?
Sunshine.
From Remember the Titans.
Oh, sunshine. Ooh.
Yeah.
I feel good. It's my shit.
All right, so Kaz, what you getting your girl?
I mean, I'm not gonna blow it up, but it's something. Blow it up. That's the theme of this episode. Nah, but like I put it in two trains of thought, right? Like one thing that she knows that she's wanted for a while, and one she could show off for her friends for a long, yeah. So
you're gonna get her a whole gift for her friends.
just that she can show off. Like she needs that one thing to be like, oh yeah, my man got me. You know what I mean? This.
The gift to flex in front of your friends.
Yeah, like you gotta have that.
Is that jewelry? What is that?
Jewelry, like something,
bag.
a bag, you know what I mean? Something that she has to take
Shit
out.
you don't give a fuck
You know what I
about,
mean?
but
Like-
they gonna give a fuck about.
Yes.
No.
But no Michael Kors though.
No Michael Kors.
You
Michael
can't
Kors,
Michael Kors
the Michael Kors run has been over.
It's a rap
for a
skis.
while. Yeah. You gotta listen to like some Drake songs and
I
figure out
like
what bags
run.
that girls like.
I missed that run.
Why? Because it was affordable.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
get so much credit for giving it some cheap ass shit.
Yeah.
Like that was a
nice.
nice ass.
It was a
fucking
nice run we had with
Yeah.
that. I don't know
You
why
get
they
them
just.
the little gold watch. They're like,
Did we ever figure out? Okay, so you know exactly what you're getting. You're getting
Yeah.
a bag or something like that, and then you get her some shit for you.
Something shiny and something nice, and then something that we could like both kind of enjoy.
You?
I got her some designer shit that she wanted earlier, and then I got to figure out the next thing. I think I know what I'm going to get her, and I think she knows. I think at this point she knows everything I'm going to get her.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
also
because
let her,
I have you know, you do the thing where you try to like subtly bring it up, but I think she's caught on to that, and she's just like, anytime I suddenly take interest in some shit she's buying, anytime I'm remotely interested in some shit she's buying.
Oh yeah, okay, I guess we got it.
Yeah.
He just put it together in his head. It's like, oh yeah.
He's like, oh, okay, that's better.
Son, I thought this bitch was Columbo. I'm like, put this together every time, dude. This fucking Scooby-Doo detective shit she be doing.
Oh my
And I
god!
realized
Like it's really not that hard.
anytime I ask her about anything she owns, she's like, "Oh, you trying to get me some?" Anytime.
Because you never
like
asked.
you showed
Because I don't give a
interest.
fuck every other minute of the day. Buy what you want, put it on my card. I don't care. Be reasonable. I trust you to be reasonable.
Can you get back to this talking thing that you guys were talking about? So it's like you come home, right, and you walk in the door, and then what is it?
No, it's
just a flood.
I have a bit about this where I didn't know how much I was supposed to care as a boyfriend.
Yeah.
And like I care about my girl deeply, but I'll never care about like the way she cares about me, which
Right.
is so wide ranging. Like
Yeah.
I love her, I care about her from my soul, but I'll never care about like her day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like she needs me to care about her day.
Yeah. You have to show interest in like whatever she shows interest.
Is her
in.
day ever interesting?
Give it to, I mean, you know, like there's like the once in a while, like oh shit, but like most of the time, we're just kind of like oh yeah.
They just want to share with you, man. They just love you and they want to share
They want
with
to
you.
share
and
with
it's
you,
just,
yeah. Like
Yeah,
you
I don't
understand,
know.
you understand like the thought process why they want to talk to you so much, but it's almost like fucking like working out. Like you know it's good for you, but like you don't want to do it. Like if I could just be in shape without working out all the time, like about I do it all the time, but it's. Am I wrong? Like,
the silence lets you know how right you are. The lack of agreement from everybody else, like, yo, chill, son. You're not wrong enough right now.
But you get it, like you understand.
Now
why
we get it.
Like, yeah.
This guy's trying to kill us all, bro. Now we guilty for listening, right?
Yo, don't Alex me right now.
We
Yo,
don't get conversation.
Now you're making it hot. Like, it
We
ain't
don't
even
get
that hot no
conversation from
more.
our girls like you just let him say that.
Oh god.
So I'm a gym. I'm a Peloton to you. I'm just some shit at home. This exercise
You
you
gotta
want
work.
to what makes you feel better.
You gotta work at it. You know it makes it feel good, but it's
So y'all
efforts.
haven't learned how to autopilot yet?
What's autopilot?
Yeah.
Like-
Oh, actually, I got a fun game. Can I
Okay.
tell you that I do this? This is kind of bad, but I do have a fun game.
What's the game?
I'll purposely not
excited.
listen to the beginning of the story. Then I'll come in halfway through and try to figure out what's going on. I try to put all the pieces together.
That's a dangerous game, man.
It's
That's a dangerous game.
but sometimes my girl be catching me on it because
My
like
girl catches
she'll
me
say
all the
some
time.
wild shit. She'll be like, so the boss literally just threw him out the window, and I'll be like, I'll be like, and then I gotta try to say that I'm not listening, but throughout listening, I'll be like, hold on, so let me get all the facts straight. So, and then hopefully she gives me the facts. Son,
That
but
is
that's-
autopilot. You just
that's-
have to listen for the trigger words
Yeah.
and then respond to those.
There's key words to listen to. Like
I
I've
fucked
learned.
myself.
And then you try to figure out that you fill in the
No,
blanks.
halfway through, dead ass, halfway through, and then come into the story.
Yeah.
That shit is exhilarating, bro. That makes
Like, wait
even
a
the
minute.
most boring story exciting, bro.
man.
Because when women tell stories, they never tell like the who, what, where, when, why, like men do.
Right.
They have to tell you the emotions, how they felt about it,
Yeah.
like what was going into
We
it.
like fucking, they like foreplay. Their
There
whole
you go.
story's foreplay.
There you go. It's
Yeah.
like
Wow,
the
well
first
said.
4 minutes is foreplay. Where once we hear the fucking happening, that's when we're like,
Yeah. We
"And
fucking.
Then what happened?
Hold on, we fucking. That's what I'm like.
Oh,
Midway through a story, I look like a deer.
Nah. Just eyes, just fucking.
And then you just got to throw an occasional, word.
Yeah.
See, my girl's too slick for that. Like, she knows the old words. Like, you gotta throw
Nah,
it.
but you
Whatever
just change
she
the
says,
inflection on it. Just
whatever
like,
she says,
oh, yeah.
say it back to her with the inflection.
Yeah, that's what I'm
bro,
saying.
here's
And
my-
whatever you didn't pay attention to, she will tell you. She will cut out the fat for. This is the trick.
You just
I
say
learned.
right back without realizing what you're saying. You be like, "Oh, you're breaking up with
You
me."
say, listen, if you're
That's
talking,
what's up, yo.
That's how that call
if you catch yourself,
Yo, that's crazy.
if you catch
yo,
yourself
like-
on autopilot and you say it with an inflection, she will summarize that first 4 minutes that you weren't paying attention in like the next 15 seconds. And then you'll be caught up.
Yeah, Cass
immediately.
figured out autopilot.
Trick.
Come on.
It's not a trick.
You gotta figure out autopilot.
Yo, you know what? I
son.
fucked myself. I don't know if every guy could do this, but I had this fucking uncanny ability to not listen to at all. To anything. And then when my girl was like, "Are you listening to me?" I'd be like, "Yeah, you just said," and then somehow I would know the last sentence even though I wasn't listening at all. And I would just say the last sentence back to her fucking verbatim. And then she would be like,
okay.
So we all know
but
autopilot.
I talked
That
about
is
it on
autopilot.
stage and she heard it and now she on to my
Now
fucking
she's on
game.
your
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
bro. You
Fucking
can't let her on-
comedy,
I know
dog.
you're gonna be on to this now because
Can't
it's
get her
fucking
on some shit,
podcast
dude.
and shit.
Cannot do that. Cannot.
But I always
fuck
listen to
that.
my girl.
Now she knows. Every time that I try to do that, she's like, "I know what you're doing." I was like, "Fuck, I know you were listening to that." She always listening. That's the problem,
right? It's like,
Yo, why you go on
why
autopilot
don't you
sometimes?
stop listening? For one?
Yo, that is some true shit. Like, if my girl don't listen for like 1 second, yo, son, yo, if my girl, if I'm telling her some shit and then she look at her phone, I'll be like, I'll wait. I'll be
Getting sensitive.
I
yo.
be tight
I
at
be
that
getting
shit.
in my
I
feelings.
I'll wait. I go, finish what you need
you
to
good?
do. No. Finish what you need to do because obviously that's a
That's more
priority
important.
right now. And priorities need to be handled before my little story about how I'm making a living to afford all of this. Clearly, that's not that important.
Oh my god.
Clearly, you don't want to know how the fucking bacon gets brought home.
Yo,
You know how
that's
it's
so
20
real.
degrees outside and like all this heat? God damn it. It's so good to have this shelter. It'd be
Real
nice
talk.
to know how we got it.
Son, that's why our stories are so important because it's why all of this is provided. Every story I tell you is why there's shit.
You like shit?
You like all the
shit?
things?
Listen to me.
You like the food we're eating? Let me tell you how we got it here.
But sometimes they listen a little too good.
What?
Because like,
Son, when they be
She's- I
asking all this
guarantee-
great,
I guarantee
this
she'll
is
listen
this
to
one I
episodes
hate.
too.
Is like, yeah, so we went to the club last night, blah blah, and they be like, oh, I thought you went bowling last night.
That's
I'd
what
be
I'm
like, what? What are you talking about? Like, what's last night even?
it's the
Let me
worst.
tell you exactly.
we just
I'm
gonna
gonna tell you
live in the past.
exactly. I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened to me last night. Right?
Son, I stopped saying last night. I go the other.
I'm gonna tell you exactly.
I
what
go the
happened
other
last
night because it could be any night. Yo,
So-
we were. Hey, this weekend we were. It's never Saturday, Friday. I don't know what day.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what happened to me and my girl last night, right? So I went to this. I was supposed to go to this Netflix dinner.
Yeah.
Yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And I could have sworn I told her about it, but I guess it must have slipped my mind, right? So like, as I'm leaving the house to come tape yesterday,
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, babe, yeah. After I do this thing, I got to go to this Netflix thing, and
Yup.
you know, I know I told you about it, but you know, it's just me going." And she's like, "You didn't tell me about it." I was like,
My girl and I had this fight once a week.
"What?"
I think I told
Bruh.
her shit, and she swears I didn't.
She swear, and then she's
I got
like,
the
she's like,
solution.
no, she's like, no,
got the
you didn't
solution.
tell me because now you're being sneaky. Da, da. I'm like, yo, I'm not
Yo.
being sneaky. Like sometimes I just forget shit.
Yeah, fucked up.
So I was like, yo, why can't it just be I forgot something? Why does it
Yo.
got to be all this? Oh no,
got you.
got to go out without me, and then it's
got you.
hands and necks.
Look,
and
I got you.
that's
I got
never
you.
fun.
This is what I do.
What do you do?
She has a joint calendar with me.
Oh,
I don't tell her anything. Look at the calendar. Look at the calendar.
I swear to God, I'm doing that today.
I tried to do it. I couldn't fucking figure it out. This is my flight miles.
Oh, you know what? That's on her to figure it out. I didn't figure it out
I'ma
either.
do that
That's
shit.
on you. Now, the thing about it is, I don't have to tell you about anything. You know. You know where I'm at. You know I have shows. There's no, oh, you have shows tonight? You know. Because you got to approve every date that comes in.
Oh, shit.
And you know what else I do? This has actually been very, very valuable.
This is good.
No, this
gems
is
right
good
now.
shit.
This is.
Let me
I literally
tell y'all.
swear to God, it's like, baby, I figured it out. Let's make a joint calendar. It's gonna
Yo,
work.
Check it out,
It's
right?
gonna work.
Check it out. This is the other thing I do. I give her days of the week in my calendar where she's in the calendars those days. I go, babe, this is not First of all, she gets Sunday. Sunday's her day because I don't have shows or anything like that. So that's her whole day.
Oh yeah, same.
So same thing, right? But I go, here are the other days that we can hang out this week. Now, I go, this is not the end-all, be-all, but this is a good structure or spine for when we'll hang out this week. Good. Now, if we got to move some shit, we move some shit. But at least we know that these are the days that we expect to see each other. And I'm telling you, there's something about them knowing they're going to see you and not having to constantly feel like they're scheduling shit with you.
Yeah.
Because no girl wants to feel like they're the one making plans all the time because then they don't feel like you want to hang out.
Yeah.
So that for us, it was like immediately it's not like every week we're finding time to hang out. Yeah, these are the days we're going to hang out.
That is
Telling
fucking
you.
brilliant. I'm not even going to hold you.
Now my girl cancels on me. It's the best.
Bro. I love getting canceled on.
Oh my! She said, "I got a
Hey.
business dinner." I said, "Okay." She didn't even finish. She go, "I got a business. Got to suck my boss's dick." She could have said that. She could have said that. I was okay in the middle of it. Okay, because it happens. I got a business. Got to suck my boss's dick.
Well, it's business. Who am I to argue with a free Friday, huh?
So she come home, her makeup's all messed up. He's like, yo, babe, what happened? He's like, I told you what I had to do.
What is it?
You didn't put it in the calendar.
You make him never get fucked up and you sucking my dick. You know what I mean? Bitch out here looking like the Heath Ledger Joker.
Notice how fast he said that sentence.
Yo, I swear to God, we're texting about this right now. She's like, what do you mean? What is this?
So Kaz is like, yo, we had a discussion. And it was like, no, we had an argument last night. And
Bro.
he's fixing that shit right now.
Yo, you went through it last
I
night?
went through it, yo.
happened?
It wasn't even like a bad going through it. It was one of the, I got like the silent treatment when I got home. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Why did we let the silent treatment fuck us
It
up?
fucks with me. I hate it,
Why
yo.
should
do
we let
not
it? Because
bother
it's
me.
all we want, yo.
Son,
That shit don't bother me.
Son, does Shorty listen to the Patreon?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Okay, yo, Al brought one around, bro. I thought this bitch was Ariel from The Little Mermaid. This is how little this girl spoke, bro. This girl didn't say a single word. Not a single word.
See? She was respectful to everybody else.
Yo,
White
my
girl,
girl
huh?
asked me, my girl's
White
like, yo, does Alex girl speak? I go, no, she's foreign. She don't speak English. And then my girl goes, no. Does she speak? Like any language at all? Does she speak?
Yeah, welcome.
Alex don't care about that silent treatment, bro.
Yo,
Me, I don't play that shit. Don't be silent
my
treatment.
girl, me and my girl's like, that's like legitimately like my road dog. That's my best friend. So like when she's like not talking to me, I'm like, all right, what the fuck?
So, yo,
it's,
ain't that-
it's always some shit I did. So I'm
Did
like,
she
all
ever?
right, what
Did
happened?
she tell you that you're her best friend?
Yeah.
Ain't that the fucking like most heartwarming shit when your girl tells you that shit?
Yeah,
like
it's
last night, my girl literally, she was like, now that I think about it, you're my best friend. I was like, damn, girl, thank you, man. And then
And you didn't
she goes, am I your best friend? And I had to lie to this poor girl, bro.
Oh my God. What are you doing?
Fucked up that is to look in your
What are
girl's
you
face,
doing?
look at your girl's face, and just say, "Yeah, babe, you're my best friend." I already apologized to Jamil, Bobby. I'm sorry for disrespecting y'all, man. I couldn't do it. How did I do it? Nah, I'm fucking around. I'm fucking around, y'all.
All right, so since you're not
It's
going to
jokes.
Egypt, what are you gonna do?
Jokes, son.
make
It's
some
jokes.
plans.
Nah, just
Man.
fucking around. My girl's my best friend, low key.
Oh man, nah, she's funny as shit.
Nah, you
bro.
just don't
Like,
want to admit it as a dude, because it's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? You could get clowned by your boys.
You know, you know what it is? You know what it is?
My girl's an asshole, bro.
No, I'll tell you. I guarantee I know what it is. The reason why we don't acknowledge that at first is because we're so used to girls not being our best friend. We're used
Yeah.
to a dynamic
Dude.
between. Yeah, because for us, best friend is someone there's no romantic interest in.
Yeah.
At all. That's your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we put that label on you, we're like, that's not what a best
You know
friend
what?
that's
Even beyond that, a best friendship is the least complicated thing on earth. A dude and a dude, it's so fucking
it
uncomplicated.
fits.
Yeah.
He
I don't
bends
gotta talk
over
to my
and you
best
just
friend
spit
for
on
weeks.
What?
I don't got to talk to my best friend for weeks.
Y'all
Like,
are
so as soon as
weird.
I see him, it's like, yo, is that way fucking
But yo,
So we missed a step.
Kaz missed the whole thing.
I did.
he fought through it. But real talk.
Sometimes you gotta.
Nah, but real talk, you know, you see, if I have a best friend, we're not getting in little spats once a week and fucking working through shit and growing together. That's not what a guy thinks a best friend is.
It's a different type of relationship. But to your point, a girl's best friend, they will have
They do that
spats.
shit.
They
Yeah.
will grow through things. They will be silent,
Yeah.
whatever. So we are much closer to their version of a best friend than we are. Now, if we sit back and reflect on the relationship and go like, am I sharing everything with you? Am I maybe even sharing more, like vulnerable shit? Like,
oh, God.
100%. They're our best friends.
Like,
It's just
shit financially about
Son,
you, like everything.
She on the calendar.
Yeah.
Akaash not on the calendar.
Well, now we on the exactly. I'm just like here 12 flyer bells.
But so it is a different thing.
Very different.
But it's a different thing, bro.
It's different.
It's a different thing, man.
Yeah, what's the?
Can we call it something else?
You know what I mean?
You got to call it something else. Like
We got it. What we have to call it. So why do they want to be best friend? Your wifey, your
wifey,
girlfriend.
yeah.
Girlfriend is
More.
above it.
it means way more.
It's way more.
It means
Do you know what I
more.
mean?
I got people that
shit.
I dead ass call my best friends. I'm like, I'm hanging with wifey tonight.
That's
like,
it.
You're over.
Oh, it's not even,
Hierarchy.
number one.
I don't
Come
roll
on.
over in the middle of the night, kiss Akash's neck, tell him I love him.
Sometimes
and
I
then
wish
go
you
back to
would.
sleep.
I'm
Yeah,
about
you
to say,
right.
like-
son. You right.
Y'all should. That's cute.
Son. Damn,
That shit is
bro.
much to my chagrin.
You be chagrinning?
I be chagrinning when you don't kiss my neck, yo.
bro. Yeah, we got to do that like a gangster, get like a beef, like two dudes having beef on the street, but using like those old English terms. Like, yo, you chagrinning? Real talk, there seemed much to your chagrin when we was walking by each other, yo. Do we know any other words?
Nah,
I don't know any, bro. You
Damn,
got
bro.
me there.
So next
For
time she hits you with
out
that, you gotta be
their
like,
window
you're more
breaks
than my
or some
best
shit.
That's what it is. You're more than my best friend.
Yeah.
That's the real answer.
And then
and
she'll be
you
like,
can-
what am I?
No, but then you can knock her shit. It's like, oh, that's all I am to you.
I'm just your best friend?
Son, I wish I had that ability
You
to
see?
to twist up fucking everything. And
Yeah.
you not good.
I can't guilt my girlfriend, bro.
Oh,
Bruh.
I can't do it.
Bro, I can't do it.
No, I mean, like, I physically can't do it. Like, she will flip
does
that
that
shit on
mean?
me. Like, I can't say any. Like, she can guilt the fuck out of me quick.
Son, it's like a
And I feel-
superpower for my
it's a-
girl. Any sentence I
exactly.
say,
I'm like, oh.
it's like a fucking, you know how truffle pigs are just trained to find truffles in dirt?
Are you calling your girl?
My girl's a truffle pig for insults. You can take any fucking compliment on earth and she'll sniff out an insult
Exactly.
in there.
She's like, oh, where?
You're the most
So-
beautiful women on earth. Oh, just earth? Is that where it stops? Is that all I am to you? There's not an entire universe? So what, if a Martian came down, you'd want to fuck that Martian?
That's a bit, bro. That's a bit.
I've been trying to formulate
That's a
it in my
bit.
mind.
That's a
But
bit.
I gotta fight
That's
through the
funny.
initial, are you comparing your girl to a pig? I don't know any of the sniffing shit. It's not my fault. Blame nature.
She's a truffle
my
pig for
God.
insults, dude. Oh, that is hilarious.
Oh, my God.
You got to act out the pig part. Like when you say it, you could just see her going. So just this, her. Son, I almost just died. Son, I almost just choked myself to death. Oh my God, bro, that's funny, man. All right, anything else wrong with women?
It worked. Bro, it worked, bro. Can I give you a quick update?
Oh yeah, give
It's
us
worked.
an update.
It's already working.
It's already in
It's
there.
already working. She's
Son,
already-
and yo, low
It's like,
key,
you know, you're right. That
what
makes
happens
sense.
now is this. Is the other thing I realized. When they are on the whole calendar and they see how many things you got to do during the span of a day.
They don't feel my girl's different.
No, she's different because they're different because they just hear the things that we do and all the things we do sound fun. So for like, I got to go to a Netflix party. I got to do that. Like all these things just sound like
Sounds like a good time.
they're a good time. But when they
Really
see 6 good times in a row from 9
Like, oh,
o'clock
that's
to
work.
8,
Yeah.
then they start to go, ooh, that wouldn't be a good time.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that many things in a day. And they understand
There's
the
nothing
exhaustion.
more that I wanted to do yesterday, especially after yesterday. I think we did. I did the post.
Yeah.
Came here.
Yeah.
Did some shit for SNY. Then had to do the Netflix shit. If she sees all that shit on the calendar, it's like, oh yeah, I gotta go to this dinner with people I don't really know because I want to do this thing for Netflix and Dussepalooza, and
Yup.
I gotta show face. If she sees that shit, she knows by the time it hits 7 o'clock, the one thing I want to do is probably go downstairs and play 2K and just fucking relax.
You just need to chill,
can't,
bro.
yo.
Have a drink. I don't know if
Yeah.
you drink, but like, just like, No, not drink like get drunk. Like have a drink to calm down at the end of the day. I
Yeah.
completely understand you get home from a hard day at work and then have a beer. You know, you see it in like those movies and shit like
I'm getting
that.
into. I smoke more now when I get home.
Or smoke.
Yeah,
just
that's
create
my.
some distance
I
between
need to come
yourself
down
and the world.
I need to come down, like, because
And weed might be better, might be healthier.
honestly,
I'm so
it's been better for me.
I light a candle.
Son,
yo, light a candle.
anything, bro.
Yeah,
Just
I
something
got a
that's like,
fucking- those
how do
oil
I
diffusers
How do I
as
create
well?
a little bit of distance between myself and the world,
Yeah.
dude? And that is so fucking necessary, man.
Yeah.
Or meditate. Some people just sit down and meditate. for a
Yeah,
little
I'm trying to
bit.
get more into
Did
meditation.
you order your candles off Homo Weekly?
It was rated number 1.
Bro, that is crazy,
That was great.
dude. You have candles, dude, for real.
Nah, but weed's great.
What type of? I don't know how we missed that. What type of candle?
All different types.
But
Just,
like, what scents are they?
Semen?
it depends the mood.
Where do you
I really
get your
have mad
candles
different
from?
Candles.
Where do you get your candles from? Real shit.
Yeah.
What mood? What
Like
mood?
yesterday, I was like,
Yeah.
I was feeling cool,
Yeah.
and I think it was like apple, cinnamon, or some shit, some holiday shit.
Right.
Because I just like hit the CVS real quick, and it was like colorful.
And it will
Lit
just
about
set
3
a
of 'em.
mood for you. It'll set
Yeah.
a tone.
So I turn off all the lights,
Yeah.
candles, and then I edit.
Ah. And it has a nice little fragrance.
Yeah.
Calms the house down.
That's the vibe.
Gives good vibes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Vibe curation. It's
All right.
nice.
Here's a good vibe conversation.
It's the vibes.
How much money to be completely honest about every single thing in life? How much money would you need?
How much money? I
I
don't
mean,
think I need much.
We are dangerously close right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I need much more than this.
That being said, how much money to be completely honest about single thing, like every movie that came out, every social justice issue, every political thing, to not have to care whatsoever about the people that you work for or anything. Like, you have a bunch of jobs that are corporate.
Yeah.
You have to consider certain things for those jobs.
Yeah. But to the point, because of this show, they bring me in because of that. Because
Right.
they're like, okay, he's not going to
But
bullshit.
there's still a line. So
There's
how
still
much
a
for that
line.
line to go away? I think 10 million.
10 million.
It starts in the 10, 15 million
Let me ask
range
this
for
question.
me.
It's 10 million cash in the bank after tax, right? This is
Yes.
a 10 million flat amount.
Yes.
And you're like, I am now 10 million. You don't have an apartment. You don't have a house. You don't have anything. You're at zero, but you have 10 million.
Yeah.
And you'll
I'm good.
live off interest.
Live off interest.
And you'll what? Buy a house based on
Rent.
interest? You'll just
I'll
rent. You say fuck it and just rent.
Flexibility. Yeah.
Who needs that? I'm getting $500,000 a year off interest pretty safely.
Now, keep in mind, there's a chance you could not make any more money after that because maybe your opinions would be too toxic or maybe...
Yeah, I thought that's what you're
That's why I'm saying,
implying.
what is the
Yeah.
amount that you'd be willing
like,
to
say
not
if you
make a
can't-
single penny
Yeah.
after that?
I think 10 million.
10
Maybe
million.
I'm being simple. Maybe 20.
I think 20 is the starting point, and I think you're good. 50 is where 50 you really don't have to give a fuck. I feel like 50 you really don't have to give a fuck, and you're still wealthy where motherfuckers got to be like, all right, he got it. 20 you could start dipping into shit. 20 you get a lawsuit or two. Like,
I've seen people lose 10 million. I've seen people blow through $10 million.
yes.
Yeah, we seen idiots blow through $10 million.
Yeah.
Right.
But at the same time.
Keep in mind, you're not going to be an idiot. You're going to be yourself and how you are.
Yeah. I mean, like,
I also
okay.
think there's a point at which if I'm living off interest and the market is shitty, we're moving.
Yeah.
You don't mind.
This is what this is.
Yeah.
Right.
The market is shitty. This is dictating us. If you're complaining, family, we've had $500,000 a year off interest at least, so we've been good. Like, we're good. Don't.
Right.
This is what comes with the territory sometimes.
And you think Shorty would be cool with that?
if there's $10 million in the bank, I think she'd be cool with that.
And would you continue?
I mean, she wouldn't be great with it, but she'd get like, all right, well,
She'd
this,
understand.
especially if it's us and what got us to $10 million is probably us being this. There's an understanding of like, okay, well, this
He's
is
gonna
how we
say some
got
shit.
here, and we're still in a good position, so we're good. Security wise, we're good.
Al?
I'd even go a little lower because I don't really live lavishly. So it's like once I have the stuff that I'm cool with, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
So I just need the amount of rooms that I plan to have kids for, and that's it.
I'm the same
So
way.
probably like between 5 and 10 mil. I'm
the
cool.
same way.
And
Like,
I'm just like Akaash. I just want to rent for the rest. If I buy, it's gonna be small investment properties that I just rent out on.
That's another joint. You got 10 million and you're flipping it into like investment shit that brings you income anyway.
Yeah.
Like if you have a rental property, they don't give a fuck that you made a joke about a gay person. Mm-hmm. I mean,
Right.
they still need a place to live.
Yeah, Trump got buildings all over the world, bro. I don't think people really give a fuck what he says.
That
because-
hotel's still full.
bro.
Yeah.
Still full. I'm not the same way. Like, I don't live lavishly. I don't try to. Like, I do feel like an obligation to like break a generational curse of as far as like not poverty. Like, clearly, like my
Change.
family's But yeah, like you change your
To
family's
get out of Staten
projection.
Island.
Yeah, exactly. Get them out of Staten Island. I mean, she has a nice house in Staten Island, and she owns that, which is great. But you know, like, take care of the family, take care of my future generations. Like, put it in places where they don't have to think about student loan debt or doesn't have to think about fucking, you know, not having a place to live. And you know, if they're trying to figure life out, hey, you could stay at this house while you know you make something yourself. Like, that's the type of money I'd want. Like, anything that gives me that money to change my family tree for the better, I'm cool with that. And I think 15 million is a good start. 15 to 20.
There's some athletes who do this. AB kind of does it.
Yeah, like
Antonio Brown, for all his faults, the way he talked, there's like a 30-second soundbite of him being like, I'm 30 million up right now. I got 30 million socked away. Like,
Yeah.
I'm fine. You know what I mean? Whatever.
Lynch,
So
Rob
it's like,
Gronkowski, motherfuckers
yeah,
don't
Marshawn
spend their
Lynch said
NFL
whatever the
money.
fuck he wants because he's smart with his money. So like, the idea is they can take all the incoming money, right? So
They
you
can't take what you got.
they can't take what you got,
Yeah.
and what you got you can flip, and that keeps growing.
If you're smart, you can also lose it all if you try to flip.
If you're safe, even you can make money. You could put it in like risk-free bonds and get a couple percent.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Put in some fucking vending machines in a hospital. I swear to God, like the
those slap.
easiest fucking flip. Buy like a fucking couple vending machines. Like
100%.
you'll get like 30 racks.
I was thinking about that. I was also thinking. I was
You know what I mean?
thinking
Something simple.
last night. Do ATMs make money?
Maybe.
Have an
I mean, like
ATM?
you put some in some bodegas. I'm sure. You know, some dope boys that don't have bank accounts. Just go there.
Yeah.
Cash checks
I mean, they
there.
don't lose money because they're still around.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, you could find
There's
some
small,
one of those
there's
kind of
small
like
things you could flip it.
little
you know.
hustles.
Yeah. But you know,
All right, it was just something I was curious about. It's like,
nice.
what is true freedom?
Because we were talking because before the podcast you still cling to 50 million, and I thought you said 10 million before.
10
Maybe it was
million
50.
is the minimum,
Yeah.
but I don't think 10 million gives you the freedom that 50 does.
Oh yeah, of course.
Because I think 50 is freedom and you truly do whatever you want with the rest of your life. 10 is I have to plan. Hey, I don't know if we can go on that vacation. I don't know if we can do this. I don't know if we can do it. For the rest of your life, for kids, like
Inflation is one thing that's kind of crazy. Like $1 million when we were born, probably $1 million is like, oh shit.
Yeah,
now
but
it's
I
like,
mean,
all right.
If you're living off the interest, so you're not really
so
putting
the
any
interest
dents,
for $10 million is let's say
that's at least 250,000. If
The
not
safest, they say safest assumption you can assume 4%, like very safely 4%.
but that's
so
if you put
400,000.
all 10 million in one account.
more. Yeah.
Nobody's going to put all 10 million and lock it in one account because you might need some of that money.
Okay, let's say 9. So 300,000 a year.
360 a year, yeah.
Like,
So you make $360 a year. You have a $1 million kind of cash flow in case you
Yeah.
need
in
it.
case you need more, but I'm pretty sure the 360 covers all your living expenses through the year. And then maybe you dip in if you want to take an extravagant vacation, but I don't know. I'm just not the type to take extravagant vacations. Like,
Yeah.
I kind of just like seeing the people and the culture.
Yo,
and shit
actually,
like
yeah,
that.
if you
So-
put $1 million in the bank account and then just invested $9 million and let that grow and grow and grow, bruh, you're good.
You're good.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess. I don't know. It is. There are things you got to think about, though.
But this guy's funny.
I know nothing about investing.
No, I know. But where were we? When we went on a boat, Australia, I think.
Oh yeah.
This guy, he gets on a boat. He's like, I think I need to buy a boat. so,
I wanted one.
so this guy,
In that moment, I really wanted one, and I understood how
and
stupid
then I
it was.
talked him down. I was like,
No, I understood how stupid it was.
no. In the moment though,
I'd be
like
getting like that in the moment.
like 90. If you had the money right now and it wouldn't even have hurt you, you would have pressed the button.
I would have got a boat.
Yeah,
I would have got a boat and have no water.
yeah,
I have no water.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we both got Teslas.
yeah.
I got a Tesla just off a picture. Yeah, it's not even a real car. I bought a fake car.
I didn't even think it looked good.
Yeah, it looks horrible. but I wanted
Oh
it.
no, I saw a video of that shit going by on this road. That shit
It looks fire.
That shit looks
Pull
fire.
that up.
Yeah, get that video.
Pull that shit up. That shit looks like one of these futuristic movies. Like it looks like some shit you've never seen on the road before.
Yeah.
And that's the type of shit I like. Shit was dope.
What else do we have?
Okay, we did fuck
Oh,
you
what
money.
gang would we join?
Oh yeah.
So, Akaash brought up this up after we were watching The Irishman, and
I haven't seen The Irishman, but yeah.
what organized crime family would you join? It doesn't have to be organized crime family. It can be a gang. It can be a cartel. But if you had to be part of one, what one would you be in? Go.
My first instinct is like the Capone crime family.
Okay.
Because that's just the illest historically. Like,
They just ran shit.
Just ran shit, badasses, bootlegging. The
Wait, so
first,
in these hypotheticals, we're not ourselves?
you're not like black dude, Alex.
Oh,
Media.
I'm thinking that I took that into consideration.
No, you don't have to consider your race.
Oh,
Meaning you would
okay.
be accepted in anyone no matter what.
Because I was off rip, I was thinking Nation of Islam because the way they move, they move militant, and I kind of just like that shit. But
No, I want
yeah,
money.
if it could be anybody, I gotta think that more.
Anybody.
What's yours?
I think I'm really just going for longevity here. I think the best thing to probably be in would be one of the cartels. Because the cartels are integrated in government. Like El Chapo just got caught, but he was doing whatever the fuck he wanted for years.
Oh, is that another thing we need to consider? Because I just thought of this. Capone would fucking, if I did one thing wrong, he'd kill you.
That's the
The
other thing.
same
I'm
as
not
the
trying to live
Escobar,
in that.
same.
But the cartel moves like that too.
I'm assuming I'm like a higher up in the gang, not just like a soldier.
Okay,
Like, what's the best one to be a soldier in? You can figure that shit out,
all
right?
So the best one to be a higher up in.
You're a made man. You're a made man in the Bloods, in the Crips, in Latin Kings, in a mafia family or cartel. Part of me thinks made man and mafia is good, but then all those motherfuckers end up dead or in jail. Everyone. It's like shocking how many of those motherfuckers end up in jail. So the cartel shit, it's rare these guys go. El Chapo just, and that had to be a national news story for America to put the pressure on. His own country couldn't lock him up.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
You needed a whole other country to come in and do it.
El Chapo's a good one.
El Chapo might be the wave, dude. Like being made man in a cartel. And can you imagine the fucking lifestyle and pussy that the cartel? Now, there's a social cost to that. You got way more bodies you got to be responsible for.
Yeah.
You probably got to move way different. Like if you're an Italian mafia, you can probably just walk around and do whatever the fuck you want.
No,
I think so.
nah, they always got security with them.
You think?
All the big guys always got security with them.
But their whole thing was, at least back in the day, was I leave my door open. I don't walk around with I leave my fucking car door open with the keys in it on the street. I don't walk around with security because everybody knows who I am, and you know that if you cross me, it will be over for you.
Oh yeah, but then you always got to worry about the people who are trying to move up and make a name for themselves.
Right.
So it's like if you move so easy like that, you're gonna be the first target.
I'm just
And
saying
then they
that's
make-
how a lot of them
They
move.
make the name for themselves like, oh, I'm the guy who took out so and so.
God, this is tricky, man. I don't know. What about you, Akaash? What do you think?
Good.
Mafia just seems the dopest to me. Just probably because we grew up seeing all the
It's
movies.
so romantic. It's so fucking luxurious. They seem to have the
America
best
and all that
time with
shit,
their
yeah.
illegal activity.
Yeah. And they were like, yeah, man, and you're still living in America. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like the
Can we consider like
Yo, can I say one?
CIA and shit like that?
Well,
Because
there's a different like
they
part of the, like,
kind
that
of
Hillary
part of them
Clinton
kind of
and
move
shit.
gangster. With.
Yeah.
Yo, here's the other thing that we could think about. Like generations. Because if you were part of the mafia during bootlegging, you weren't even really selling anything that bad.
Yeah.
Like morally, like being part of like the cartel or being part of like Bloods, Crips, and that kind of shit, and you're selling like fucking drugs that are like
Heroin, coke.
heroin, cocaine, shit. There's a fucking moral cost to that. You're a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Selling a couple fucking whiskeys at an underground bar, Ain't no alcoholics in the underground bar because
I mean-
it ain't open.
I mean, just as many people are dying from like liver disease and all that stuff.
Yo, this is the difference, right? In the bootlegging days, it's not like there's a little fucking bar down the street with a bunch of like dry drunks or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Like people just throwing their life away drinking. It's a party in this underground shit, and then you out. You know what I mean? It's a speakeasy. It's a.
That's so romantic, dog.
It's
You
romantic.
said That's the word.
It's the best time. So it's like, and at that time, I think the mafia was staying away from drugs because they thought it was bad.
Yeah. It took them a while to get into drugs.
So you get the romantic mafia shit. You get to dress cool. You get the great food. You get the great entertainment, right? And you don't have to feel morally disgusted with yourself for selling this product that you know is getting people addicted.
And you're
killing for the
probably
most part.
mainly just killing other gang members, so it's like, whatever.
That's right. The people you killing are bad guys as well.
Yeah. Like the cartel, it seems like they'll take out just people
Anybody.
for no fucking
Fuck
reason.
it, can't do cartel. It's got to be
I
mafia.
think it's going to be mafia.
Kaz,
Talk about gangs we would join.
if you have to join an organized crime situation, it could be any generation, and your race does not play into it. In other words, you can be part of the Mexican cartel even though you're black and they accept you 100%.
And you don't have to be Crips because that's probably a lot of community service for you. So just, you know what I mean? Do what you want to do.
Wow.
Too much giving back, you know?
You know, fuck you. And Black Wall Street, maybe. Like it's very much mafia adjacent, but you know, they didn't do a lot of organized crime. They didn't do any organized crime, really.
So that's not it.
But yeah, that is
And
wrong.
they had a short run.
They had a very short run. This is very true.
Why couldn't they just bring that back?
Well, there's many reasons why. I need too
hard
much
to
first.
do that. And that's what they've stopped people
Yeah,
from.
that's the
doing.
exact reason why they
Generational
burned the
wealth,
shit
they-
down.
they
You
stopped
didn't watch
that shit.
Watchmen?
Come on,
I'm
son.
still watching it. I'm not there yet, but I'm saying if y'all built it once, you could build it again.
Son, and then there's there's people who try, and then it's like you get too much
Yes.
power, and it's like, oh no, he got to
They
go.
take you out. Yeah.
So they tried to build up Black Wall Street
They
multiple
can't just
times.
blow you up like they used to. Now they do it in subtle ways that keep you from building that shit, which is, you know, like raising property tax and value, why certain people can't get business loans, like all this type of shit that black people have been fighting for many years. That, you know,
Right.
you know, people that are against this type of thing back in
And
the 20s, you could
break
literally
up the
just
neighborhood,
roll
so
over
the
and
neighborhood
just,
can't get too strong.
yep,
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is
gotta
why we're
look
very
up into
paranoid people, like because of shit like this. Like, you know, they can't just go and just blow your shit
That's
up.
not my
Like
gang.
these-
Like Yakuzma or the
Yakuza?
triads. Whoever is
Oh yeah, the fucking the Japanese mafia.
Yeah.
So
I would
here's the
fuck with
thing.
that
dumb
hard.
motherfuckers,
Hard
yo.
body. Yeah,
Here's the thing.
Yakuza.
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 Here's the thing, though.
My bad,
Here's the
my
thing,
bad,
though.
Jack.
Here's the thing, though. And I have to tell you before you decide to do that. They are not respected in Japan. Culturally, they're looked down upon. And if you're like a comedian or that kind of shit who does a show for them or hangs out with them, this just happened recently. One of these like comedians were like hanging out with them or doing a show with them, and then they just got fired off the show. So yeah, that organized crime shit is looked down upon in Japanese culture.
I mean, it's
So you're fine. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of people that will like service you and whatever, but it's never a respect thing where like if you're part of the mafia or you're part of like a black gang and shit like that, there is a respect in your neighborhood.
I didn't know that. I thought they were like in government
Dons
and all
and
that
shit.
shit. Yeah, I thought
they look down on that shit.
they just be dressing fly and they throw.
I mean, like, I guess the
Tax
only,
too.
Yeah,
Tax on fire.
I guess the only answer is the Italian mob, just because like,
They do it right, bro.
Not that they do it right. They're like they're probably the most protected. You know what I mean? Like they get into places that, you know.
Nah, but like Drew said, they all end up in jail or dead.
That is a
All
problem.
of
They
The
always
people that we
end
know,
up-
when they get to with any crime family, like you look at fucking.
them. No, but you were saying the cartel. You missed the
So
first half of
before
it.
before Giuliani, I wonder what it was like. Because Giuliani, with that RICO shit, I saw a little
Nah,
documentary
but
on
if
this
you
once.
see the Irishman, like there was
He-
all politicians were coming in after.
they were coming out.
He was
That's
the
how
one
they
that
made
figured it
income.
out, as far as I know. He was the one that was like, "Oh, this is how we can get them.
Yeah.
This
I mean,
RICO shit. This
did-
is what we go after them on."
Yeah.
And that's what made his.
It
career.
changed the game.
The
It,
feds went after the taxes.
Yeah.
it changed the game, but there was a major crackdown because, I mean, and this is the amazing thing about America when you think about it. Like most countries, it would get consumed and swallowed up by, I don't know what they're called, organized crime, right?
Yeah.
And then the organized crime would become like intertwined with the government, like you see in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
But
Escobar.
America has this fucking system that preserves America. And anytime a group gets a little bit too influential, they cut that motherfucker out, dude. It's impressive.
Tekashi 6ix9ine, son.
Son, I guess so. But it's like they literally saw that the Italian mafia were intertwined with unions. They were intertwined with like all these other different like, you know, services. They're starting to get intertwined with government. And they were like, oh no, y'all gotta fucking go.
Yeah.
And it was like massive sweep across America.
But
Feds
that took
did
a
a
while.
sweep, yo.
In the 20s? Mafia in the 20s?
Ran it.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Ran it.
Gosh, you really got to see Irishman though. That movie.
I
Was
saw it
Shit is
yesterday.
3 hours and a half, yo.
It's worth it.
Watch it in parts.
Yeah.
I'll watch it in parts.
You don't gotta watch the whole thing in one.
Once I saw that 3.5, it was a Saturday too. I had shit to do. It said 3.5 hours. I was like, oh no. I did like hour and some change. Watched the end of it with my girl yesterday.
I
If
watched
you
it at
watch-
Thanksgiving, it was so perfect.
I hear
didn't
very
have to
mixed
talk to
reviews on it.
nobody.
That it's amazing or that it's not.
Every-
It sucks.
Every time I watch one of these like Italian mafia movies, I've realized that like
Hey, gabagoo.
so many of the things that like I love about black culture are really taken from Italian culture.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Vice versa.
not really.
Yeah, vice versa. Vice versa.
Nah, I don't know, bro. Not really. Now Italians,
definitely vice
now
versa.
Italians in Brooklyn are taking like black slang and like
Now?
and dressing, but back in the day, the Italian way, the Italian aura, like the organization, like the even like the wording and the treatment and stuff like that, the things that have become so common within black culture that we are familiar with,
Like, what's an example?
speaking in code,
So you think Italians did that before black people?
100%.
You are way wrong
Nah, I
on
think we
that.
I don't even speak in code. Y'all spoke in African.
Nah, we
No,
had like
what? We had
versions of
slang,
that.
we had fucking-
slang, we had ebonics. We
They
got,
call it jive, they call it whatever.
I'm
like,
teasing. I'm
yeah.
obviously joking. Everybody has had their version of Ebonics.
Yeah.
This is obviously a joke.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like if you, I don't know how to explain it, but like the
even during this-
bravado, the style, the fucking like the swag, like Joey Gallo in that fucking.
Yeah.
That thing existed in the Rat Pack. These things like
Yeah,
thing, and I think there's a reason why you see so much emulation within hip hop.
It's like a mutual
for the
respect
culture.
thing because they've always said like with organized crime, especially when it came to, you know, underprivileged black communities, the reason why they had to do this type of stuff is because they had to move in sounds. They had to move kind of like how the mob moves. They had to move with a certain sort of class, a certain sort of sophistication. And you could see there was a mutual respect there with that, right? Like, you don't really, I understand when we say we make fun of like Bloods and Crips and, you know, giving back and doing the fucking, we had the whole thing when I was like, oh, you know, they do a lot of good things. But like, the reason why I brought that up is because they took a lot of that from, you know, Italian mob movies, all this type of shit. Like, if you're moving in organized crime, you gotta hide in plain sight. You gotta do things. You can't just be all, you know, destroy. You know what I'm saying? And even that, a lot of times, they're doing as a form of survival. It's always like an end game to that. It's never been like, oh, we're just going in here guns blazing. It's always been like, oh, we've tried this, that. And now, like, okay, we got to go and fucking, you know, murder somebody. We got to go take care of some business, whatever. Same thing that Italian mobs do. But doesn't mean that, you know, there's not some Italian dude fucking giving away turkeys in his fucking neighborhood, giving away toys, fucking paying for people's mortgages. Like, it's all the same shit. It's just different styles of doing it. So, I mean, I get what you're saying, where, you know, yes, we've absolutely, I mean, we've glamorized probably Italian culture more than most Italians. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like today's Jay-Z's birthday, go look at the cover of Reasonable Doubt. Like, that's, you know what I mean? That's where he's getting it from. But at the same time, there's been a give and take too. Like the way they talk, way they walk, like fucking Adidas fucking tracksuits. You know what I mean? Gold chains, like fucking, you know, just and by proximity. A lot of shit's in Brooklyn, Queens, like they're around black people. You know what I'm saying? So like there's always been like a mutual like respect thing between like, you know, Sicilians, especially Italians and black people. So
Right. You think that Italians got the jewelry and chain thing from black people?
yes.
I don't
Absolutely.
think that's like Roman culture
that's
and the luxury. and-
African culture. Like that is Egyptian. You're going to Egypt, you'll find out very soon.
Right,
like,
right,
you know, like that's why black people wore big chains. Like listen to any Pimp C record back in the day. Like this is why. It's not just because people like to like Africans like and black people like to waste money and all this type of shit. Like no, like that shit goes back to our ancestors. Like that's what we did to, you know, give glory to God as far as like, you know, being thankful for all the abundance. Like you would wear big gold crosses, big gold chains, big gold anything. Like that goes way
It might
way
not
back
just be to waste money, but it's definitely not a great way to spend your money.
I mean, hey, some people do it the wrong way.
I mean, like, if we could just be,
Some people do it the wrong way. Like I've
it 100.
always wore gold because like, you know, that's always been a family thing, Africans and doing all that type of stuff. But like I'm not gonna spend 5 racks on a fucking chain. I'm not gonna walk around a big fucking T-Pain.
You're also good with your money, so you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Nobody's. I mean, I always thought it was just more of like a poverty thing. It's like poor people want to flex. Like when I had the least amount of money, I probably wore the most flexing shit.
Oh yeah, same.
You know what I'm saying?
Same,
and then
same.
the second I got money, I was like, all right, I can wear fucking purple.
that's
crack
why the
pants.
no flex flex is the flex. That's the richest flex.
Sure.
Somebody
but
said,
Italians also, when you think about it, immigrant group, right? Extremely poor when they first come here, treated as second-class citizens, all these things. So how do I show that I've made it? How do I let other people know that I got money?
That comes with time.
I wear the money.
It comes with time.
No, I'm saying this is the trajectory of most groups, right?
Yeah.
I wear the money, and then everybody sees I have money, and then hopefully they respect me because I'm wearing it.
Rich is loud, wealth whispers.
Ah, that's hot.
Right? So
Yeah.
like, look at Jay-Z. You don't really wear chains like that no more. But if he
Right.
does,
Back
you know
in
what
the day,
I'm
he
saying? Like,
did.
back in the day, he had the big ass fucking dookie chains, big ass.
I've thought about. I was
everything.
talking to my brother about this last week. It's crazy how much hip hop has like grown up in a wealth sense. Like I remember they used to fucking rap about Benzes.
Yeah.
Then it became Ferraris. Then it became
Maybachs,
Bentleys. Then it became
yeah.
Maybach. Now it's paintings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how far it's come.
It's still there though. Like some people still like, oh, I gotta drive a foreign, gotta drive this bullshit, whatever.
But it's
the
just
fuck
like
car
it's
is.
just a
Young
different.
and new money.
Yeah, the Richard Mille watches and shit.
It's becoming old money in front of our eyes. Jay-Z's
Yeah.
the first old money rapper now. Like he's got old money now. So
that's
he
what-
raps about fucking Tom
Basquiat
Ford and
paintings
Basquiat paintings and Miele watches. Like
Yeah.
it's
You listen
now
to that-
it's wealthy.
You listen to that Carter album or whatever, or I guess Magna Carta, the last solo album he had, and he's literally telling you like. Before I just thought, you know, yeah, I'm sure the paintings are worth a lot of money, but like, you know, he's selling, you know, I had an apartment I could have bought in Dumbo. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it was worth a couple
It's
100,000.
yeah,
Now it's
411,
worth.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's this is the that's why
Financial
he's
freedom,
so
my only
important.
hope. Fuck
Yeah.
living rich and dying broke.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
why he's so important because like he's the first guy we've seen in hip hop, I guess outside of like, you know, like Master P really,
Yeah.
that took his money. And as far as he goes, like he's kind of like the temp pole.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I don't think it's hard. Like Puff is probably like second closest.
Master P was like a hustler. Like he took nothing and made like rich out of it.
Yeah.
Jay-Z he's the fucking businessman.
Yeah.
Master P's a hustler. Jay-Z's a businessman.
That's why I respect Diddy more because he did it without a skill.
It is impressive.
Right?
His skill was hustling.
Like his skills, whereas
Yeah.
like Jay-Z is an elite rapper, right? Nobody would deny that. He's an elite rapper. He has great musical taste, and he is he truly has the ability to create incredible music and timeless music. Diddy is none of those. Diddy has an elite ear.
Yeah,
He was a great
Diddy has an elite
R&B producer
ear.
for a while and a great ear.
But ear specifically, he can hear a fucking hit. And that is an elite skill. Nobody will take that away from him at all. But he was able to rap at one point successfully just off of personality
Yep.
and just off of character.
Yeah.
He was able to build pretty much any business. Like, motherfuckers are watching Revolt.
Yeah. Shout out Revolt.
Like real talk. Like that was a joke, right?
Yeah.
Like when he first bought it, you're like, what a fucking joke. And now
Still here.
It is not only still here. There are shows that people watch all the time on. What is it?
State of the Culture.
State of the Culture.
Fucking Drink Champs.
Drink
State
Champs,
Show,
like-
That's one I always hear about.
Breakfast Club
fucking
shit.
did it.
Like around now is where they do like the fucking Revolt countdowns, the videos when people holidays. Like he does well, man. Like there's always gonna be that's why he's so fucking smart. And I love Diddy, man. Like
You know who might be the best cross in between them, and I don't like the guy, but Drake.
Drake's there?
Is
Oh, yeah.
Drake is a fantastic rapper
Oh yeah.
to most people,
Great business.
and he's got a good fucking eye for talent. What's that show that you always talk about on
Ooh,
HBO?
Great song. Yeah, great.
Top
year.
Boy.
Top
Yeah,
Boy.
yeah,
Euphoria.
Euphoria.
Yeah.
All the artists he
That's-
puts on his shit.
that's my shit.
He put the Migos on, didn't he? Not that he gave him a career, but
No,
like
he definitely-
Versace was the thing that got them.
He had a point where, like, if you had the Drake cosign, like, you were
That
out
was
of
it.
there. That's
I
all you
use
needed.
that.
Like,
But
you
I
had a
wanna
little-
say-
that's a great fucking call, Drake,
Yeah.
dude.
And I said this a few
And he's
episodes
only
back.
what 30 and
He just turned
35?
32, I think.
32?
He's young. He's my
younger
age.
than us.
Okay, so he's 32.
And I hate the guy.
He's 33
33.
years old. Is he more successful at 33?
Yeah, whichever you're gonna say, yes. Like, he came in the game, fucking, he holds damn near every rap Billboard record, damn near every one. He only started 10 years ago. Like, he started after Hove, after Puff, after all these huge hip hop hit makers, and has out hit everyone by a wide margin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
By
a
a
hit
wide
machine,
margin.
and he takes it beyond just hits.
Yeah. Like, he's done, I think, and I said this before, I think he's going to be like the next fucking Aaron Spelling, or like he's just making
Yeah.
these fucking dope teen shows. He was
This
on
is hot.
one with Degrassi, you know what I'm
But
saying?
not
Like,
to take anything away from Drake, but I think a big part of his success is watching what all the people did before him.
of course.
And
this
emulate
is-
it. 'Cause,
You got to
like,
stand on the
in
shoulders
rap,
of giants.
yeah.
I get it. You know what I
In
mean?
rap,
Like,
he did the Jay-Z approach where it's like, oh, let me get on a track with every hot guy to keep myself hot. And even though he's good at making his own songs, he still is like, hey, this is going to keep me relevant.
Yeah.
And then, like, he's super influential in terms of the culture and shit like that. And meme
course.
culture, staying on top of things.
there's so many factors that made Drake pop. One, being from Canada, it used to be a detriment. Now he's literally like the Canada guy. Like, he has
The
an entire
fucking
country behind
OVO
him.
Center.
Yeah.
The practice facility for the Raptors is his fucking.
It's his shit.
His label, right?
You know what I
OVO?
mean?
don't
Yeah,
even know, to be
October
honest
very
with you.
own. He owns that shit. You know what I mean? Like, he had really smart fucking partnerships. He does the thing that a lot of rappers don't do when they get popular. And instead of like fucking doing songs with like Taylor Swift and fucking these big pop artists, which he can do, which he'll do with like a Rihanna song, whatever.
Yeah.
He'll go back and do songs with like Block Boy JB. With fucking with Migos when
Yeah.
Migos wasn't huge.
Yeah,
with
smart, yeah.
all these like up and coming guys, which keep him, you know what I'm saying, like no matter what, no matter how big he gets, he's still always in that
Relatable
conversation
and, like,
because it
he's
keeps
a
him
fan of
young.
the people, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's only 33.
Yeah.
You know, so I think
So
he's
the
gonna
next step, the next step is he going to be able to build the businesses like Jay-Z? I don't know if Tidal is. I don't know how it's doing. We actually were supposed to talk about him being on Spotify and what that means for Tidal, but I do know at one point Tidal Jay-Z bought for $60 million and was worth $600 million. I don't know how the fuck I don't know if he sold any shares. I don't know how that works from there. But if Drake does that, that's the next step for Diddy and Jay that Drake has to take. I think he might just do it with TV shows and say fuck it. But like,
But Drake is doing a lot of, maybe Kaz, you might know more about this. Like his last couple of projects, it looks like it's co-signed with like another private label. Like I think Drake started
well,
his
yeah,
own
I
label.
think the last album he
signed to
owed,
himself.
the last album he owed Cash Money, Young Money was whatever came out before Scorpion. I think it was not Views. Before Scorpion. More Life. That was the last one. Now Scorpion and
sorry,
everything
real
since
quick,
then.
Jay-Z bought Tidal for $56 million, and Sprint paid $200 million to buy a third of Tidal. So he quadrupled his money no matter what happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if Sprint folds, which it very well could, he
He's
got
still
his
getting
money.
his
What a fucking stupid
bread.
company.
Sprint out here though.
How fucking dumb are you? Now, Sprint trying to get bought by T-Mobile, they're begging. I bought Sprint stock. I thought I bought Sprint stock 3 years ago at like $4 a share because I was like, yo, somebody's going to fucking buy it. And then T-Mobile was about to buy it. I was super hyped, checking stock prices all the time. Then I looked. I never bought the shit.
Oh, really?
So I bought it now at like $6.50 or whatever. But I still think once T-Mobile acquires it, it will go up. So that's a
course.
little investment tip for you
Of
assholes.
course, yeah, I'm about to
Maybe.
do that shit. I need some investment tips from you. You're very
It's not. I mean, I don't think you're gonna make crazy wop. But if that merger goes through, you're good. And worst case scenario, you lose.
This can help the assholes. How do you buy stock? Because a lot of people, it's like
So
just
I-
the entry into it.
I'm
is
not
hard
like
for
a
lot of
trader.
people.
I've done it with two stocks. I bought Shake Shack, and I should have sold some of it. I bought it at 90, like right when it came out. I just believed in the company, and then it dropped to like 40. And I had $1,000 I took out of. My mom gave me a mutual fund. I don't know if I ever told this story. This is like the extent of my investing. My mom was like, "I have not done anything for you. We are broke. We were going broke. We were losing all our money. Whatever." She took a little away, and she put $14,000 in a mutual fund. I'm not bullshitting you. Within the next week, the financial collapse of 2009 happened.
Jesus
That
Christ.
14,000 went to 9,000 in like fucking 1 month. It was nuts. Literally, It was I went from LA to when I moved to New York, there was like 2 weeks I was home. And during that 2 weeks, my mom was like, yo, we need to do this. And then the day I'm leaving New York, IndyMac closed, that whole bank closed, then Bear Stearns, and all that shit. Yeah. And my mom was like, we got to take the money. And I was like, do not take the fucking money out. You have to keep it in now. Yeah. You take it out, we lost $5,000. If you keep it in, it will come back at some point. So we kept the money in. It went back up to about $28,000.
Okay.
I took $5,000. I said, we've already made profit. Let me just fuck around. There's 2 stocks I want to buy. One was Sprint, which I never bought because I'm a fucking retard. And the other one was Shake Shack. I put $1,000 in Shake Shack at 91. It crashed down to like 45. And then again, one thing they always say is don't sell when it goes down unless you think the shit is going to keep going down. Yeah. If you believe in a company, just keep the money in. So I said, well, fuck it. The stock has gone down. I could buy it cheaper now. So I put another few thousand in it at like 48. I just went on eTrade.com because I know I'm not like a guy that's going to trade a lot. They charged me $10. I transferred money from that mutual fund into the E-Trade, just like a bank account transfer. Yeah. And then I bought, and then you just go through and you buy it like that.
Okay.
And those are the only 2 stocks. And Sprint I just bought, but that was the only one. And then Shake Shack went up. My average price was like 55 after I factor in that 90 that I shit on. And it went up to like 100 and something. So I was going to make money. And then I still haven't sold it and it dropped back down. But again, I'm going to hold on to that for a while. Yeah, like if you believe in a company and you got money to play with, put a little in there. The best funds, though, the best investments are a Roth IRA. Because that's, you put up to $5,500 in a year, and then whatever you make doesn't get taxed. That profit, doesn't get taxed, which is fucking insane.
Yeah, right now I just have my 401k from my old job and whatever's in there.
401k is great, but put $5,500 a year in a Roth IRA. If you don't make a ton of money, if you make a lot of money, the regular IRA might be better. Yeah. But if you don't make a ton of money, Roth IRA is the way to go.
Yeah, I still got my 401k from Time Warner when I was at BR, and I have like 1,000 shares in like Stationhead when I was doing that. And my whole thing with Stationhead was like I didn't know much about it, but I believed in it to the point where, and I still do believe in the point where like it'll be like a TikTok in a few years where like some big company like Facebook or Apple or somebody is going to be like, yo, let's buy this shit for like a couple $100 million.
So don't sell the stock. And if it's money that you don't like, if I had $28,000 and I lost $1,000 on Shake Shack, that sucks. But like, I'm not hurting for the money. This is money that I was already building with.
Yeah,
it's not money I need day to day.
Yeah.
So if you can invest like that, you can be fearless. So when Shake Shack dropped down to fucking 30 or whatever, I was shook a little bit because I was like, yo, I remember telling my mom we should buy Facebook when it first came out, the IPO, and my mom was down, and then my uncle talked us out of it, and then we regretted that. And there was another stock with, I wanted to buy property in Detroit. I was like, this shit is going to come back. There's no fucking way they're going to let Detroit die in America. Yeah. And if it's money you can play with, this is just advice for assholes. If it's money that you don't need to survive, set a little bit aside, and that money you can be fearless with. You know what I mean? It's not my kid's college fund. If I'm single, I'm good. So take some risks if you believe in some shit. Hold on to Stationhead until it's fully fucking gone. Because if somebody does come and buy it, you're good. And if not, you lost whatever.
No, I lost nothing. Like they gave me those shares as like a fucking head of content over there when I was over there. So it's like that'll always be
the first investment is a Roth IRA. Yeah. And again, I will teach you to be rich is the most like straightforward. And I still didn't follow every piece of advice because I'm a fucking loser. Like I'm just too lazy to do it. I'm not great at executing, but if you just follow what the fuck he says, you will be taken care of. I will teach you to be rich.
Okay.
There's another book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. The general philosophy of that is cool, which is like your money should make money for you. Like everybody says a house is an asset. It's not. I have to fucking sell my house and move, and then maybe I make money. Like you should just put your money in shit that's always making money. And that's the basic idea of that book. And then I will teach you to be rich is like step by step, here's what the fuck you do. To set yourself up for the rest of your life. Shouts to the Indian
assholes. There you go, assholes.
Very informative.
Yeah.
Very fucking informative. Goddamn. What else we got, bro?
Jay-Z was on Spotify. Oh, what did Dame say about Aaliyah?
I don't like giving Dame Dash any talk.
Oh, you don't want to?
Nah, it's just...
Alex, what did Dame Dash say about Aaliyah? It's the
bro.
Patreon. What fucking free press are we giving him?
No, I'm not talking about free press. I'm just
I didn't hear it straight from him. I heard it from a second party. And
no, I'm not mad at you. I just want to know the gossip. I just need gossip.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was just saying that, there it goes. Like, Jay was trying very hard to get with Aaliyah. Like, everybody was trying to get with Aaliyah at the time.
News.
But then even when he was with her, Dame says he was still trying.
Okay, so what's the big deal?
I mean, that's a big story. They're supposed to, at the time, they're really close friends, business partners, started Rockefeller, and you're trying to get with my girl.
I can see Jay doing that, to be honest. Especially Jay. Until he got caught cheating, I don't think gave a fuck about anything. I don't think gave a fuck about anything or anyone. I think he was like, there's a reason he was so rich, man. He had no fucking, I don't think he had any human in him. I think it took like, I might lose my wife and my now about to be 3 kids. I got to fucking figure some stuff out. And I think like my cousin who's a psychiatrist is like, you can tell this guy's been in a lot of therapy when you hear him talk now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I think before, Jay didn't give a fuck, dog. I'll fuck you. I'll fuck your girl just to let you know I'm the fucking alpha of this.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like Dame.
He's infamous for that. Because he did it with Nas's baby mom.
Yeah.
That was funny as fuck. And then I think Becky with the good hair, I don't know, but I think it was Dame's ex.
That's Dame's ex.
Yeah.
100%. I believe that's a fuck you to Dame. And it's not even fuck you. It's I want you to know who the fucking big dog is. I'm the big dick here.
That shit hurts, bro.
What, did Jay try to fuck Aaliyah? Was she underage? Because if not,
no, she was of age when Dame was fucking with her. But I mean, whatever. It just hurts like seeing this Dame and Hove fall out all these years later, bro.
Yeah,
bro, who the fuck wants to be friends with Dame?
Nah, but I thought they almost got.
I thought
good
they were
again.
close.
Yeah.
I thought during the fucking, I think the concert last year when like fucking once I see Hove bring out Cam and Jim Jones, I'm like, all right, like what else? Like he's literally made up with everybody in the past except this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Because he can't swallow his own ego, dog.
yeah, like you can tell he's just I mean, he's a Harlem dude. He's just a fucking egomaniacal, just like very passionate motherfucker. And like, if they feel like they've been wronged, like they ain't budging on their wrongness. Like you have to come to him. So no matter what the fuck, I think the more successful Jay comes, I think the more he triples down on like, no, like he has to do right by me type of shit. Just from what I see, I don't know the dude personally, obviously, but it makes me sad, bro. Like I grew up on Hove and Dame. Like those are like the motherfucking.
I wish they could. And at first I thought it was Jay.
We all think it's Jay because he's the more successful
first
one.
thought it was, but now that even Cam and Jim have distanced themselves from Dame,
Yeah.
now I think
Currency,
convinced.
fucking. I remember the DD 172 shit
Yeah,
that was around
everybody
here.
was like,
We used to be up in there all the time,
Nah,
man.
fuck
And that was a
Dame.
dope time. Like Dame's a creative, fucking smart motherfucker, bro. But like he's one of those dudes that's almost too smart for his own good. Like do you watch Shameless?
Yeah.
He reminds me of the fucking the white dude. The old fucking crazy homeless dude.
I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He reminds me of him. Like he's just too smart for
Oh,
his
you
own
mean the
good.
father?
The father,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
He reminds me of him. Like he's a fucking genius. He's a smart motherfucker, but he gets in his way. I think he probably gets in his way so
Isn't
many
that a part of
times.
intelligence is not getting in your own fucking way constantly?
Yep.
I am curious about his actual finances, though, because as I was complaining about him, I remembered as soon as I was done. Remember when he went up to Lee Daniels at that concert? He's like, I loaned you $2 million, whatever the
him.
fuck, and you never gave it back to me?
Yeah.
Dame had money to loan out like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dame isn't as broke as I thought he was, clearly.
No,
I don't think he's broke, but I think he pressed him just on principle initially.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he must have saw
You
cameras.
think
and
he pressed
was
him
like,
knowing
fuck
there's
this.
cameras there, and like people might think I'm
I
broke,
mean,
so let
that
me let them
too.
know I'm not.
He knows how to keep stirring up stories. Like
Yeah,
to mention
clearly.
Jay-Z and Aaliyah, this was just so people start talking about it.
Clearly.
Didn't he also mention Jay and Foxy on Nick Cannon's podcast?
No,
like he keeps taking
Was it him
subtles.
or was it Nick that mentioned that?
No, I think
Oh, it
he
might have
was.
been Dave.
It was him
Yeah.
and Nick, and I think he brought it up.
Oh.
But Nick posted. So he keeps on taking like these shots at Jay.
Yo, a platform is a perfect podcast for Nick.
Yeah.
A podcast is a perfect platform for Nick. Because he's not... You find out the Nick that's on fucking every TV screen being annoying
it's
is not Nick.
Yeah.
He's
Does
a smart
he still
fucking
do
dude.
that though?
He's a smart motherfucker.
Yo, I got a
haven't
question
seen
about Dame
clips
though.
from it.
If you gave Lee Daniels $2 million to make the movie, and the movie didn't make any money, that's it.
Nah, I think it was a loan.
An investment's different than a loan.
I don't know if he loaned him the $2 million.
I think he was saying loan.
Yeah.
Can we
He
go-
might have said loan there, but like, what filmmaker accepts a $2 million loan on their movie? Nobody takes loans on a movie.
I mean,
you
when you
get
bet on yourself and you think
Obviously
you're
do.
going.
He
Very
said
good.
we issue another lawsuit about it. I'm going to go public. And if I'm Lee, I would just... The answer is the movie made no money.
yeah.
So if you're Lee doesn't say that, though. He's like, Damon, we'll talk. Lee
That's
gross
funny.
to
This
me,
this
too,
first time I'm seeing
Yo,
his
Lee is
video, and I'm like,
comfortable, too.
damn,
Said
they
I
got
know
a
I'm
pretty
wrong.
good camera footage shit right there. It's
You
like,
didn't invite me to
this is a-
Precious or any of that shit. yo, my man is mad he didn't get invited to Precious.
He said that?
Yeah, look at the fucking tell these people how you wrong me.
Hilarious.
Yo, Dame has some classic pressing moments though.
Yeah.
Remember, go sell a fucking, go play a record, Randy Acker, that shit.
He's the
and then we walked up in Def Jam.
He's
when
the
they,
best at that shit.
Ooh, classic. What was
even
bad?
though
Lee
we
Daniels is comfortable in this moment, though, dude. A lot of people would be shook.
Son, the
What's he
games,
gonna
man.
do?
Yeah, he's
gonna
been
do,
getting
man?
killed his whole
Break.
life, son.
Swing on him.
Ah, here it is. Classic footage, yo. Fucking zoom into when he's in the office, fucking pressing everybody. Jay-Z's a Rockefeller artist, not a Def Jam artist. I think this is the aftermath. You got to go when he's in the boardroom, when he just walks up in there with the cameras. Yeah, this ain't it. You got to go when he walks up into the
Look at this shirt. He's
Dame
wearing.
Dash Def
Bro,
Jam.
we used to dress like that. I was thinking about that today too. Fucking baggy ass clothes.
I mean, in 20 years, we're going to look at how we dress right now. This
There
motherfucker
it
got
is.
purple pants on.
That's true.
I know like half the people in this room now, and I was like in the high school when this dropped. Dog. They had a meeting. So backstory for people who don't know
Hold
this.
on, let's hear it. Let's see.
This is treacherous. And the fucked up point is he kind of had a point when this shit was happening. So
pause.
for people who don't know
Yeah,
why
give
he came in
context,
spazzing, right? So like apparently this is when this is right before I think Black Album, and Hove had a meeting with Def Jam. But you got to remember Rockefeller is basically an indie on steroids that Def Jam bought into. So Dame had every right to be like, yo, these are Rockefeller artists. Like, no matter what you think about Jay being like a flagship Def Jam artist, he's a Rockefeller artist. So you're not going to have no meetings about my artist without me in it. Turns out, a couple months later, Jay was the one who made the meeting and decided to be like, yo, we don't need...
100%. You can't have this guy in a fucking meeting, man. Does he not understand business and how it works?
No.
Yeah.
And that's your issue, man. Like,
But I mean, that's what got him there, though.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And that
You
worked
like you
for
could
him
say that's what's
up
worked for
until
them.
that
Like,
point.
hey,
so-
man, adapt or die. That's like the number one rule in business.
Yeah.
Adapt or die. Once you get to white man money, you got to do a little white man shit.
Yeah.
You can't go up in there yelling the way we're yelling at each other right now, even. They'd be like, yo, that's wild the way
Yeah.
they're talking to
I
each
mean,
other.
learn-
In a fucking board meeting, dog.
Clearly, and to be fair, like Hove probably used to run up in meetings acting like that back in the day.
Doubt it.
But
I don't think so.
Nah, man, I remember
guarantee you.
watching this shit, and this isn't the exact same thing, but it's the idea. Fuck, I don't remember what movie it was. Maybe it was The Show or some like documentary about this hip hop tour. Def Jam went on tour. DMX was in it. Jay-Z was in it. Backstage,
right?
That was
Yo, the
classic.
one where Dame and Jay, DMX and Jay, are doing the cipher at the end.
Yeah.
So
And
they
then-
talk about the different tour buses and all the wild shit that's going on in like different tour buses. But then he talks about Jay-Z's tour bus, and he's like, that's the tour bus you got to keep clean. You don't smoke in that tour bus. You don't drink in that tour
Yeah.
bus. You go to this tour bus, you get to do this. So from 99 or 98 or whatever
see
that
that.
was, he was like, nah, I conduct myself a certain way.
I can see that. I can
You
see
guys
that.
This
do
guy-
all that shit, but you're not doing it on
You
my
can't have
bus.
a guy like this doing business on your behalf. I mean, if Jay wants to be upset about something, that's Jay's business. He can risk it and he can have these conversations with people. But like a guy like this cursing at a lady, like
But you got to remember, this is the same guy. You know, when Reasonable Doubt came out, that shit was basically an indie project. You know what I'm saying? Like, they put it out on the Rockefeller Records, no fucking real money behind it. They bet on themselves with whatever money that they made through an extracurricular activities.
Right.
Put it out. These guys weren't selling no records. Like, you're getting into the Jay-Z business, you're getting into the Rockefeller business, and if this is the guy at the head of the table, I could see why he'd feel that he could talk to anybody any sort of way. I get that.
no,
doesn't make it right.
I see why he's upset because he knows he's being cut out of his business.
Yeah, that too.
But he needs to take that energy to Jay, not to Def Jam.
He didn't know that at the time. I probably didn't know that at the time.
But yeah, it's unfortunate because
They probably had some friction. For Jay to say, I don't want this guy there's some friction.
I think he saw what Dame was and how Dame acted, and he saw that Dame wasn't able to shift his behavior. And I think, who the fuck knows? What do I know?
Kanye,
But-
I remember you telling me, I didn't listen to the Kanye Charlamagne interview, but Kanye said, like, I went with Jay over Dame because Jay knows how to maneuver among snakes or some shit like that. He had some line. Dame is like me. Like, we'll both just constantly say what we feel. That's not going to work. I need to learn this other thing. Kanye saw some shit. Kanye don't ever see nothing. And Dame couldn't see it?
Yeah.
Bro, it's on you, and you still doing the same shit. Full gray beard. You look fucking ridiculous, man.
Let's take some Capitan questions.
Captain questions, and then we outie.
Capitan questions.
I'm glad we didn't talk about James Harden. I'm tired of giving a fuck about this guy in October and November. Ain't that the most infuriating shit? Is he got to pretend this guy's doing impressive things in fucking November? Every November.
Let me get it, bro.
Okay. Let's see. Is Lamar Jackson's jump from rookie year to second year the best we've seen in the NFL? Let me find the guy's name.
Yes.
Vincent O'Neal.
Yes, without question.
It is fucking impressive.
Without question. He's still 21 years old. He's still 21 years old. He's younger than Tua. What's not Tua? He's younger than some fucking first-round quarterback that's going in this year. He's still fucking young. That's the point I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely. Like, he's way ahead of schedule on everything. He's probably going to be the MVP this year. He's probably going to have a home field advantage going into the playoffs. They won a playoff game last year with him as a rookie, and the motherfucker couldn't throw yet. Now the motherfucker could throw.
Yeah.
Now he's still shaking motherfuckers out their boots. They have a defense that's lights out. Like,
He is what we hoped Michael Vick would
oof, bro. He is all that. And I am a fan.
The
I've been a
truth.
fan of this motherfucker since college. I am a fan.
Tougher than Vic.
Way tougher. Bigger,
Yeah.
faster. Now, maybe
Vic
not
was
faster. but
slick, and Vic had the cannon of an arm, but he wasn't tough.
not terribly
per se.
accurate. Yeah, and he would get injured a lot.
Yeah.
I remember
Lamar
Mike Vick
still got to
losing
be
a lot.
smart, man. Don't take these fucking hits. Go down.
He
sometimes.
doesn't. He doesn't, man.
But he does look more durable. Yeah, it has to be him, man. I mean, who else?
I can't think of anybody. It's
Nobody
usually a lot of these like star quarterbacks. Like it's rare for a rookie to get off to that good of a start. Like
Yeah.
it's rare for a rookie to go to the playoffs. You know what I'm
And
saying?
usually
Like,
there's that
it's
second season slump for quarterbacks.
usually a second season slump.
right? It's
Yeah.
like we
Yeah,
figured you out a
sophomore
little
slump.
bit. Right,
Yeah.
sophomore slump, yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's usually like with these young quarterbacks, they're
That's what Baker's
backed.
going through.
Yeah, exactly. Baker Mayfield's going through the same thing. Carson Wentz went through it. Like
Dak
a lot of
went through it.
times, Dak went through it. These young guys are successful, are usually like surrounded by like a good defense or some good options around there.
Right.
So they don't really need to lead Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? They don't really need to lead the team yet. Like they're winning because of this dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So absolutely, there's nobody close.
19. This is fitting for today. 19.102. The dude. I met a girl in college a couple years ago named Isis. What are the most unfortunate names that didn't age well?
That's it.
What? I thought you said one of the most
What
fortunate.
are? What are?
What are?
Yeah.
I mean, anybody named Adolf is probably rough. And that was a popular name, I bet, in like
Yeah.
Germany.
Even Adolphus is a little tough.
Adolphus is tricky.
Yeah.
I know like a sort of like young girl named Blanche.
Yeah, that's
Like
an
Golden
old woman
Girls. I'm
name.
like, how
Those
do you
Oh, that's
how do you name
terrible.
somebody Blanche in the 80s? Did
Yeah.
you like Golden Girls that much?
Rita as a name aged horribly. You got
Nancy.
it. Yeah.
Nancy.
Seymour's
Seymour.
terrible.
Yeah.
I think Rita's just a fat bitch though. Like it has to be.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I think of Rita Repulsa from like Power Rangers, like the bad girl.
Bro, they gave her that name for a reason.
Yeah.
Joseph Stroman, what's the most memorable advice you've gotten?
My guy Hanif, and I give him the credit for this all the time. When I was at the Source working as a writer/editor, he always told me you could serve two things, never at once. You gotta either be a man of the industry or a man of the people. If you're a man of the industry, once your job is gone, like people will fuck with you because of where you work at. But if you're a man of the people, you'll never need work because you'll always have them to fall back on. And I've always taken that to heart. Like I've seen I've seen how I've been treated when I was working at these big places and everybody's, wants to be around you, all this other shit. Once you start working for yourself and doing shit for your own, and I can't necessarily help you, but like these brands come to me and I work for myself because like I've done right by them. It's been a lot better for me. And I've seen how they treated me when I'm not at those places. They get real quiet. It's not as, people aren't as warming or welcoming. So that's definitely the best advice I've taken.
How about you, Akaash?
I think actual advice, I think a lot of stuff you just learn from watching. Like I see you work and I'm like, all right, that's what work is. And then actual advice was somebody said to me once, if you're trying to lead anybody, you always have to look at yourself first in the mirror and say, what am I doing wrong? Am I in a position to lead these guys? Am I doing everything I can do? Am I good enough to say to these guys, this is what you should be doing?
That's good advice.
I like that.
What about you?
Best advice I ever got was, I don't know. I probably got a lot of good advice, but a good piece of advice was, only ask a question you want to know the answer to.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I think that was Patrice O'Neal said that to Big J. Okerson, who's a comic.
That's great.
He said that in terms of on stage, when talking to the audience, but also I think in life. It's like, don't ask questions you don't care about the answer to. And even if it's an uncomfortable question, if you want to know the answer to it, it will lead you, I think, to a good place.
That's good.
But what do you do when you have a question you don't really care about the answer to, and it gets uncomfortable? You're like, I don't even know why I asked that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I kind of got one since it's Jay-Z's birthday. And the song Some People Hate, he's just like talking, this like ad-lib is not actually a bar in it, but it was just jealousy is a weak emotion. You got to overcome that.
Ooh.
Yeah. And like, I remember at the time I was like, high school.
That's a female trait. What was that line?
Yeah.
Well, you mad because you sell dimes and he sell weight?
Yeah, that's different. But this one is like, he just said like, jealousy is a weak emotion. You got to overcome that. And like, I just looked at emotions differently at that point. I was like, oh shit, you don't have to feel these things. You can like actually.
You can opt out.
Yeah. And since then it's like, oh, all right, I'm really good just being myself. Yeah. A lot of people have more than me. A lot of people have less than me, but I'm just comfortable where I'm at.
Yeah, I get that. I was definitely at that point. Like when you're younger in your 20s and you're trying to like get on and shit. Like you're always, there's this picture of fucking Michael Phelps swimming. You know what I'm saying? And he's fucking dead set at the finish line, and the guy very close to him is like looking at him. You know what I mean? Like instead of just focusing on the fucking finish line and shit. And you're like, that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took me a while to stop looking at this is it right here. Like, he had him beat. Like, if he didn't turn around and look at this motherfucker, this gold medal legendary Olympian has won so many times and knows what the fuck to do to win. It took me a while to stop looking at other people that I thought was, I don't like say in my lane, but like kind of did what I did as far as like content creating and like hosting shit or whatever. It took me a while to just stop doing that shit and just be like, yo, just focus on myself. And it's worked out. Like I've gotten to do literally, in addition to this, like just shit that feels good to me. You know what I'm saying? And people like have gravitated to that too. Like I'm not trying to be like anybody else. It took me a while to stop looking at people and be like, not jealous, but like, damn, like he's doing this. Like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, like I'm actually happy for people now.
Yeah.
When they get something, I'm like, no, you deserve that. That's fucking dope.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? For a while, I would just kind of say it in jest, like, oh, okay, I got to work harder now. Like, no, like I'm genuinely happy for you now. Like, jealousy is a very weak emotion, and I used to be jealous, but
what else we got, Akaash?
not anymore.
Let's do a sports question. Will Luka replace Larry Bird as the greatest white boy to ever play the game?
Yep.
That's big.
Yep.
Man, I love Luka, but I think y'all forgetting how fucking great Larry was.
It's too early to say that.
And he
If he
also
keeps
gotta
playing
win,
like this
bro.
Yeah.
and getting better, then you could put him in that.
Yeah, you got to have
too
playoff moments. That's another thing. In his first year and in Barcelona, Luka faded at the end of the season. So I can't just shit on Harden for it. If Luka finishes strong this year, cool. Maybe he'll get over it, whatever. But like, the playoffs is where legacies are made.
Yeah.
Luka's doing it again in November. Great. This is amazing. It's fun.
I
But,
think
like,
Luka's got a better trajectory. You got to remember Larry Bird's had 4 years of college, came into an established fucking, Boston Celtics franchise that was known for winning and all this type of shit. It was like going to the Yankees out of fucking whatever.
Yeah, but didn't they suck when they got him?
I mean, yeah, this is before the lottery, so like they could just
this is the 3-point
get you.
contest that Eddin pulled up, I guess.
Yeah, when he
where
says who's coming in
yeah,
second.
but here's what I didn't realize: he starts off fucking ice cold. It is. He's hit like 2 or 3 shots.
He gets hot right around this next rack.
And he's at the top of the key, and he hit 1 shot in the entire rack.
I want to see.
And then all of a sudden, I think these last ones
buckets,
he just locks in.
Buckets.
Splash.
Buckets,
Splash.
yeah.
Splash.
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 One more. Boom.
Yeah, didn't take off the
warm up. Cleared the
Boom.
entire second to last rack.
Boom.
Miss 1. Miss 2. Splash.
Here it is.
Splash.
Walk off.
Last shot.
Finger
Raise
up.
his finger up. Walk
Gone.
off. Come on, dog. Come
You knew
on,
the
dog.
motherfucker was winning. I want to see Luka do the 3-point contest now.
Yeah, he's not a good shooter. Not a good enough shooter right now.
I
might
think he
get there.
is.
Nah,
If you allow him to step back,
he's streaky. Yeah.
you allow him to step back.
Yo.
No, I think Luka's justice is complete as Larry Bird. I think people look at Larry Bird. I'm so glad that Luka's popping off now because I don't think people really understood how nasty Larry Bird was back in his day.
People will forget about Larry Bird just like they forget about other
In
people.
30 years, I'll forget about Luka.
But the crazy thing is,
because you look at him,
are gonna forget. People are never gonna remember Giannis. That's the crazy thing about Luka is that Giannis won't be forgettable because he won't be remembered because Luka will own the next 10 years of the NBA.
It's possible. I think legacies. It takes so long to write a legacy.
Ooh,
and I think
that's pretty.
nasty.
he just plays so fucking like he's never.
Who would
in
you
a
rather
rush.
have, Luka or Giannis?
I'd rather have Luka. I think because that was my big gripe for so long because the Mavs passed on Giannis. But if it got his Luka, it might be worth it.
Oh,
Bro.
Luka is 20 years old. He's 20 years old. Of course, I'm taking Luka. Like he's already what?
The one thing is
top 10
Giannis
player
can
in the
do
league?
so much defensively, just so fucking long.
Totally true, but if he doesn't learn how to shoot,
Then that's always a weakness that gets exploited in the playoffs.
yeah.
But Luka's a good rebounder. He's sneaky big. He's like 6'9". You know what I'm saying? He's quick.
Yeah.
He does everything.
Good
He has no offensive weakness. Offensively, there's nothing he can't do. Could he guard a little better? Yeah, but I think I'm just being greedy at that point. Like that motherfucker does so much for you offensively. I'm good with you being like, just all right defense. Like, come on, son. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's a wrap.
He's 20 years old.
It's a wrap.
He's 20 years old, dog.
I'm not gonna get this story completely right though, but a great Larry Bird story is they asked Reggie Miller, and Larry was his coach at the time, so that factored in, I'm sure. But they said, "What's the best trash talking line you ever heard?" He said, "We were playing the Celtics on Christmas night, tie game or whatever, down by 2, whatever it is. Larry Bird dribbles down the court, doesn't really say anything, hits a game-winning jumper, looks at our bench and goes, 'Merry fucking Christmas,' and then runs off."
So wait, who hits the game-winning
Larry.
jumper?
Larry hits the game winner, turns to the Pacers bench, says "Merry fucking Christmas," and then walks off.
So there's a funny Larry Bird story. Who is it? Bill Walton,
Yeah.
I believe, was on the Celtics.
Yeah.
He was backing up Robert Parrish, maybe,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And the Celtics coach calls a play, and the play is for who is the current president of the Celtics?
Danny Ainge.
Danny Ainge.
Yeah.
Right.
Play is for Danny Ainge. Bill Walton is inbounding the ball. Writes up the play. They're all in the huddle. Writes it up, and the play is for Ainge to come around a pick. Ainge has been like lights out the last end of the game. Pass the ball to Ainge. He takes the shot. He wins the game. Writes out the play, everything like that. They all walk on the floor. Larry Bird just walks up to Walton right before he's about to get the ball inbound. And he goes, "Just pass me the ball." He goes, "What?" He goes, "Just pass me the ball." Walks off, blows the whistle, passes Bird the ball, hits the game winner. Game
Yeah, he was the illest dog.
Son,
That's a cold
he's a cold
motherfucker.
motherfucker, man.
motherfucker,
People don't talk about him enough. Like,
But that's on him, right? It's like he has kind of chosen to fade into oblivion. Like he hasn't kept up on his marketing like other people are. He doesn't have a sneaker.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the documentaries like Jordan has. You know, he doesn't have the fucking Space Jams. Like
Is he still running
aren't
the
these
Pacers?
things. Say again?
Is he still running
I
the
don't think he
Pacers?
cared,
Yeah.
man. I don't
No,
ever think
I think he's happy doing his thing. I think he just loved the game. He loved to compete. But it is one of those things we're talking about where it's like, if you want to keep that legacy going,
You gotta keep
feed
it
the
alive.
beast.
Feed the beast, yeah.
Feed the fucking beast, man.
Speaking of which, you know it could be a good Westerbros flagrant crossover is that fucking Bulls documentary finally
Oh, we
comes
gotta
out
do it.
at the end of this year.
We gotta do
in like
it.
a month.
We gotta do it.
So we have to
Michael
do some
Jordan
kind
off
of
the
crossover.
yak. Just telling real shit.
Cannot
I can't
wait.
wait for that
Cannot
shit,
wait.
bro. God
Well,
damn.
guys, we got to get out of here, man. Thank y'all so much for listening. This is this Patreon. This is this
This Friday's episode.
This
This
Friday, man.
Fridays?
This Friday, yeah. So we've
Okay.
been we doubled up this last week, last couple weeks, so that we give you content while we're away.
It's
But we
December.
will
They
see
should
you.
understand.
You guys get it. Y'all get it.
We got
so
shit.
we will
we got
see
families
y'all
too, motherfucker.
next week, Tuesday. Thank y'all so much for supporting what we do, keeping the flagrancy alive, having a sense of humor in this time where it seems like having a sense of humor is a stain on human existence. But we will not let that be the case at all. We will keep it tight and keep the flagrancy incredibly spicy in this Christmas season. Okay? We'll see you next week. Peace.
God bless.